Welcome to episode 9 of the Lactor of Podcast, DJDubC Flemoxicillin, and our guest today is Danakun. Dana, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How you guys doing?
Doing great, man. And Flem, I hope you're doing great as well.
I'm sorry, I can't take this seriously. I'm doing pretty good. I'm just trying out some new things for my end now that we have this awesome Vtuber guest here. I probably am going to not do the click every time. I'm probably going to leave it open like this. I feel like this is a little bit easier. So
you look so excited.
Yeah. I gotta say, you look great, man. You look amazing.
I gotta say, I did experiment with like a few different things and tried to make myself smile. That looked terrifying. So I figured just standard South Park opening mouth shutting was normal for this type of setting. But I'm doing pretty good. It's been a long week, and well, it's only Monday, but
already long.
Yeah, it feels long. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite, and
nice.
Yeah, me and I share an account with my wife, so we're just grinding on that battle pass, and it is pretty good. I got a few victory royales, no big deal. But
nice,
let's go.
Very nice.
Yep, I beat out all the other like toddlers, so it's pretty cool.
Hey, some of those toddlers got hands. That's all I'm saying.
Not wrong, not wrong.
Yeah.
I always say like I can't even do builds anymore. I'm pretty much handicapped when it comes to builds now. I
have to play no build. I can't do it.
No builds is definitely for me.
Yeah, I'm on the zero build. Yeah, the zero.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm gonna just jump right into the first question.
Okay.
And it's just because we're on the topic of games. Because over the years that I've noticed you, Dana, you frequently post about like your successes in video games.
Yeah.
I always witness that, and I feel like every time a game comes out, you grind it and you become so good at it. At least that's what I get from what I've read.
I tend to I don't know how I would even describe it. I have like small like obsessive episodes, I suppose you would call it. Like I just get like hooked on a game, and like I want to figure everything I can about the game out. Like that's like the funnest parts I have in games. So like even like way back in the day on League, like when I was new to League, like the most fun I had was like theory crafting builds and being like, well, what would work? Oh, this is kind of what people aren't doing. Why aren't they doing this? Like this looks like it could work, and then I try to put it into practice, and it's just a matter of me putting a ton of time into games just because I'm curious about stuff, and then I just get better at it because of that.
Nice.
It's genuinely impressive the amount of games I've seen you play.
Thank you.
For real.
I think that's good.
I will say,
Dana,
I will say that I feel like you are definitely the true definition of a variety gamer.
Yeah,
like even though you do grind a game for like a long time, I feel like you're still on another game like in the next couple of days.
I do swap a lot.
Well, and on top of that, like when you make the post, like I remember like when Naraka came out. So I think when I first started noticing it, you're like, I'm gonna be the best at this effing game. And you were like making posts like I'm like on the leaderboard, and then like
I can't even remember how long ago that was. And yet you remember that?
Yeah, because I was also on that Naraka strut. I was enjoying it.
It was a really fun game when it first came out. I can't play it now though. Like it just doesn't run well on my computer, and I don't know why. Like it's like 20 FPS, and like I just ever since they like fully released, I couldn't play it, and I was like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah, for me, it was one of those games I played before it was released, and then once it was released, I stopped, which is really funny because during the time I was loving it.
It was super fun. I had a great time with it. I think I got Martine and a couple other people to play it with me too. Like they got them like hooked on it, and then just stopped playing. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens with different games.
Yeah.
I do tend to post like the successes though on the Twitter because like I don't know. I feel like that's like what people want to see. Right, like I don't think anyone wants to be like, "Oh man, got last today." Like, like no one wants to see that. There's definitely a lot more failures than there are successes usually, because that's just what it is, right? You gotta lead up to the victories. But
I got you.
So how long would you say you've been a gamer? Let's go back. Let's rewind.
Good lord, 32 years.
Okay, I'm going to ask how old you are because
I'm 35. I'm 35. So like I actually remember like playing video games from a very young age. Like I remember sitting next to my dad while he was playing Super Nintendo, Super Mario World. He was playing that, and I was awestruck by what I was seeing on the TV because I was like, he's controlling the little man. Like what?
Yeah.
And I remember him like he was in one of the castle areas, and it was the one where you have to like crawl across the fences or whatever with Mario. And he like looked at me and he like see me like looking at it like so intently, and he like just handed me the controller, and I was like,
"You're up, kid."
And I died like almost immediately, but I was like, I'm controlling the little man.
Wow, and at a
That's so
time
cool.
where you can't even like save. That's insane.
Yes.
To give the controller to you.
Yes.
Right?
And like ever since then, like I was like, video games, they're amazing. And like I remember my first system was the Sega. My first video game that I personally owned was Sonic the Hedgehog, and
Nice.
from there, like it was to where I'm at now. Just any game that sparks my interest, I'm like, I gotta play that. I have to see what this is about.
That's so cool. So what would you say your top 5 games are if you had to choose?
Oh, that's rough.
Well, obviously Mario and Sonic are
They're
the
like
5 and 4 slot.
if we're going franchises, like
Yeah, you can do
I think
franchises.
we should do
That's
that.
fine.
That's what
Yeah,
we
I
that's
think
fine.
that's the
from now
safest
on.
way for me to do this because like if I'm going like a specific game, Sonic's gonna get a lot of it. But
Mhm.
Sonic franchise is probably like my number 1.
Nice.
Despite them having some stinkers for a while.
Yeah, but I would say you do have to say there's at least one out of those Sonics that you like the most. Because for me, it's Sonic Adventure 2. I love that.
He knows.
so
He
much.
knows. Like that's where it's at. It's Sonic
You just
Adventure
can't beat
2
that
Battle.
soundtrack.
The soundtrack's amazing. The gameplay was fun and like it was fast but fluid, and it was also kind of janky like later on. But you know what? It's whatever. And Chow Garden. Chow Garden.
Oh my
was
god! I
so
could talk to you
good.
for hours about the Chow Garden.
The fact they've never just made a Chow Garden game is insane to me. That is a $1 million idea, and they just won't do it. And I'm like,
It taught me how to be a mother and a father.
but I'd have to say like Sonic the Hedgehog, and then I would say second would be Legend of Zelda. I've played every Zelda game that's been out there, including the really bad ones that were on like the CD disc or whatever it was.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, those are
Oh,
bad.
I don't even know what those are.
It's like Wand of Gamelon and something else. Like that's the one with the meme guy, like the shopkeeper guy that people make of, where he's like,
Oh,
like
okay.
make your face dance or whatever.
Yeah.
Those they were not great. I don't even know if they were official like Zelda titles because they were like outsourced, I think.
Mhm.
But the rest of the Zelda series, like I love them. Like they're just so fun to me. I love Link as a character. Other than that,
I know your favorite
Mario.
one of that too. Probably this was my favorite. And this is everyone's favorite. Link's crossbow training for the Wii.
It was a pretty good one. I still have the zapper for it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like the little thing that came with the game, the little handheld like gun that you have with that. I still have that. It was literally just like a glorified plastic piece with a B button. Like I don't really know what they were doing there, but that was fun. But I think my favorite Zelda, like everyone says Ocarina of Time, but I think my favorite has to be like the newest one now. Like it was just such a change of everything.
Mm-hmm.
The what's it? Tears of the Kingdom?
Yes, yeah.
Being able to build all your own stuff and everything. Every puzzle, they're like, oh yeah, this is how you solve it, but you don't gotta do that. And I'm just like, well, now I have to figure out how I can jank this.
Yeah, I didn't play
that's
Tears
cool.
of the Kingdom, but I did play Breath of the Wild all the way through.
Breath
And
of
I
the Wild was also really good.
Oh, yeah. And I remember just like after beating the game, seeing other people online find the jankiest ways to travel,
Uh-huh.
like launching themselves through the sky by
Like,
like
With like a
connecting-
shield,
yeah,
and I'm like,
crazy.
I'm like, okay, I can't do that, but nice. Other than those, like I don't know, it's like Sonic, Zelda, Mario. It's a lot of Nintendo titles or
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo-ish titles. I kind of consider Sonic a Nintendo title at this point. He's in so many Nintendo games.
I would consider Sonic in a way.
So I'm trying to think of like another one that's like was like a defining moment for me. Halo.
Here, I'm saying here we
Halo,
thought
okay.
franchises would have been easier.
Yeah, right. the Halo games are just like superb.
For sure.
Or at least 1 through 3, and then Reach. They were like so good, and then 4 it was a bit of a downtick, and then 5 I don't want to talk about.
It's bad. Huh?
And then I guess the Final Fantasy franchise, as far as like, because like the story that they usually like have and like that, like the world itself is always very interesting to me.
Right.
So those are probably my top 5s.
Nice. Yeah. See, this is what I mean. Like, you're definitely variety. Like, I feel like I could definitely talk any game with you, I feel.
I know a lot of them. If I don't know, I'm very interested to be like, what is that? Like, look it up.
Ronnie, did you ever get into the Final Fantasy games?
I've actually never played Final Fantasy.
Oh, not even one?
I know that's
Oh
bad.
no,
I'm
almost like you. No, don't worry. I'm very close.
I want to. I just haven't, gotten around to playing any of them, but I do want to.
There's such a time sink is the thing. That's the problem with like RPG games now, is like it's such a time sink, and I just don't have time for that anymore.
Right. That's the thing.
The only one that I played, and I've been told that this isn't really a good representation of the series, was Crystal Chronicles.
Yes, Crystal Chronicles. I love that.
Apparently, it's not like the regular games, all right? It's not.
It's not. It's very much not like, because a lot of their games, especially up to that point, were very turn-based battle, where it was like you have a menu, you choose what you want to do, like attack, magic, defend, item, whatever. And then you lock in what your characters do, and then that turn plays out, and then the next turn rolls up, right? Like, so.
I mean, I think Ronnie and we would have been in like 4th grade, I think, when that came out. I believe
maybe
like 4th or 5th.
How old are you guys? Wait a minute, am I like ancient here?
No, you're only a few years older. We're 31.
Okay, wait, so
together.
Oh, okay, yeah, 4th grade. I thought you said 4 years old for a second. I was like, what? I was like, how old am I?
Yeah, no, you're good. No, 4th grade.
Okay, yeah.
Because I remember renting it, and at that time I didn't really know how to play video games that well. Like, I loved video games, but like I would just get stopped, and I just wouldn't know where to go. And that was one of the games where I think in the beginning you have to do some sort of tutorial, and we never got past it.
Oh no.
So I have the littlest information on that game.
I played it a lot with my little sister, actually. We played through the entire game like multiple times with various characters. We just kept playing it.
Nice.
I have seen some of the Final Fantasy movies though that they came out.
I saw the one with that they did for Final Fantasy VII.
That's probably, if it was a big one. That's,
I think I can't remember what it was called.
Probably the one I'd seen. All I remember was like there was like a big tower or something, and like somehow Cloud was trying to get up there.
If it's got Cloud, that's got to be Final Fantasy VII, then yeah.
Okay.
I haven't seen it in a very long time. Oh my gosh, that reminds me. Back when I very first played Final Fantasy VII, I've never beaten that game, by the way. I missed out on a character because you have to get him in the dumbest way. So, if you've ever played an RPG, generally when you talk to a character or like, just a random character around the world, they have about 1 to 2 lines of dialogue they will say. You talk to them once, they say something. You talk to them twice, they say something else. And then if you talk to them again, they usually repeat the second thing they said, right?
Right.
So you usually know to just move on and go about your business because you've gotten all the information you need from them.
Mm-hmm.
One of the characters you get on your team, he's like a vampire guy. And he's in his coffin. Oh. And I clicked on the coffin and my character knocked on it. And, you get like ... And I was like, okay. So I clicked on it again and I got ... like 5 dots. And I'm like, okay, so there's a change. So I clicked on it again. I got 5 dots again. And I'm like,
you kill him, don't you?
So I do it one more time and it's just 5 dots. And I'm like, okay, I guess I got to do something else to get this guy later. So I wander off. No, you apparently just have to keep hitting on the fucking coffin until he wakes up.
Oh no!
You stop at 5.
Yeah, so I just never got that character, and I'm like, what?
Oh no!
And because it was PlayStation, like where they have like the disc system, where like because it's a longer game, you have to swap out the disc to go to the next disc when you get to a certain point.
Yeah.
I swapped out the disc for, like on the 3rd disc. It starts off with you being in a boss fight, but I was way under leveled for it, and so my entire team just got one shot every time I turned it on. And there was no way for me to train up to get stronger. And I'm like, what do I do? My game saved here. What do I do? So I had to stop because I couldn't go any further. I couldn't progress.
Oh no!
I felt so dumb. I was like, oh my god, why am I underleveled for this?
Oh
Never
my God.
again. I've grinded in every other RPG I've played where I am just like monstrously strong just to avoid that situation.
I've had similar situations like that too. Like for example in like Fallout where it would automatically save. So
Oh.
whenever I would die, I would die to I forget what the death claw. I would die to like a death claw and it would save as I'm dying to the death claw. So every time I would save back, I'm just immediately
Oh,
just
no.
I
You
just
get
keep
immediately
dying
in
and
the
dying.
dying animation,
Yeah.
your character flying through the air sideways.
So I have to like immediately as soon as it starts, I have to try my best to run as fast as possible so I can like heal up or something. But I just keep
It's like that
dying.
movie Edge of Tomorrow. Like you just constantly.
Yeah. Right.
He has to learn the path. He has to learn the pattern he can take to get away.
I bet by now you can play it with your eyes closed. You've
Yeah,
played
right.
it so many times.
Oh man.
Ah.
But I would definitely say Fallout's probably one of my favorite franchises of all time.
It's a good franchise.
Yeah, it is.
It sucks because I've only like I'm a late bloomer to a lot of things, especially like most popular games that's ever existed. So Fallout, I only really got interested since the show, which I know is cliche, but ever since the show though, I felt like I've had like this urge to play the game, but haven't done.
I've
it
heard the show's really good. I haven't
It
seen
is
much.
really
Oh,
it
I
is really
liked
good.
it, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people. Sorry, what were we saying?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was saying a lot of people say that Fallout 3 is usually their favorite game in the Fallout series, but mine is definitely 4. I know 4 gets a lot of hate for some reason, but I just enjoy 4 a lot more.
Doesn't 4 like switch up how like the style of the game, or is it all narrative driven like that? Like it kind of looks like Resident Evil or like Dead Space with like a filter. Is that what it is or no?
It's okay. Here's my grump with that, because my favorite Fallout is New Vegas, which is essentially Fallout 3 in a different setting, right? That's just like the game mechanics are identical, the gameplay is identical, like it's just a different area.
So wait, is that like did it come out after 3 and then
Yes.
Yeah.
Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, they were like a year released apart. Like they had like a year to make Fallout New Vegas. It was
like
insane.
if it had come out nowadays, it would have been a DLC.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But it had DLCs for it too, right? So like it had like 4
Mhm.
DLCs that were like really good too. So like it was a full-fledged game. It was just a matter of like the people that were like, "Hey, make this game. By the way, you have a year." And they were like, "What?" So
So
they
you
cranked
haven't
it out.
seen the show. You haven't watched the series.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
But
I think they mentioned Fallout. They mentioned Vegas in it or something like that. I don't know if that's where the series is going, but
So the show is part of the game timeline. It's its own thing, but it's within the timeline of the games as well. So instead of like playing it,
isn't it like
instead
a
of playing it,
prequel
you're watching it.
almost?
Isn't it a
To
what?
s- It's like
I think I read that it comes before the events of 4.
it's either that or it's before 70. No, it's not before 76. 76 was first.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard
yeah.
that game's all right though.
Yeah, it's around 4 though. It is around 4. Fallout 76, I enjoyed it when it first came out. That game also got a lot.
Weren't you the only one then?
When
Okay.
it first came out, hold
I
on.
think you're the
Okay,
only
so
one. I remember.
you guys are gonna think
news.
you guys are gonna think I'm crazy. I bought the $200 collector's edition for that game.
Oh
I'm
no!
leaving. I'm done.
But
Oh,
hold up. I'm gonna show you why right now. Let me go
He
get it.
couldn't have known
let
it
me-
was gonna be how it was.
Let me go.
bro.
Let
I
me go
can't
get it.
blame him.
Hold on. Let me
Just
go
so you
get
know,
it.
there's nothing he can show me that will impress me for that price. There's not even a single thing.
I've never paid $200 for any video game. I'll be honest. That is a cool helmet.
Yeah, 3D printed. That's not real.
It's not combat ready.
Yeah, nice 3D printed.
I spent $200 on this thing, guys.
How is that not actively in your stream every stream?
I have it in the background on my desk.
No
my,
one can see it, Ronnie.
I know.
Is that wearable? Did that look like it looks?
Yeah,
like
you can wear it. You can wear it. Yes.
So one would say it's almost like VTubing.
In a way, it's kind of like
Like,
Daft
maybe you
Punk.
should-
I guess it could be like Daft Punk in a way.
Yeah, you can
Maybe
be like
you should
the
put it
Fallout
on.
Daft Punk guy.
Yeah. But yeah, so I bought the $200 edition to that. It came with the helmet and like a few like action figures and stuff like that. And then they let me test. I was like one of the first people to test out the game when it. I was like it was like in early testing. You weren't like allowed to stream it or anything like that, but you were allowed to play it. There was like 3 people in the game when I was in it.
Well, that is really cool though. It's a neat helmet. Were you one of the
Yeah.
people that I remember when the game came out? Like people discovered some sort of like broken room that had all the assets in it, and they broke the game, and basically everything that you would have to pay for, they got for free.
That's hilarious.
I knew nothing about that, but I mean,
Oh, it made like global headlines.
That's hilarious. I didn't know about that either. I didn't follow Fallout 76 super heavily though,
So I'm heavy on like achievement hunting. So when the game came out, I was like, okay, I want every achievement in the game. So I got like every achievement within like a month, maybe.
I'm such an achievement whore in video games.
I love it.
Worst.
We should do a segment
ever
where
since
Ronnie
Xbox.
compares. We should do a segment where Ronnie compares with the guest his achievements.
Yeah, what's your Evo score, brother?
Yeah.
Oh my, no, Dana, you would murder me in achievements, dude. But I like ever since Xbox, I was like, okay, I gotta get my gamer score up. I used to have like competitions with my friends, and we used to.
See now. What's my Xbox achievement score? Hold on.
I have no idea what my gamer
for
score
Xbox
is.
it's achievements, right? And then PlayStation it's trophies, or is
Yes,
that
yes, but it's the same thing.
Does anyone care about Steam ones, or is that
I do care about them.
you two are hilarious.
Looking at multiple games I have on here that are at 100, I'm like, I care.
I care so much.
Dana, remember Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yes, I made videos on that and everything.
Yes, he did. He's got 45 YouTube videos. That's like 12 of them.
Right.
I was so locked in on that game for a while.
I only like the achievements in that are kind of hard. Like a lot of them are hard to get. I grinded, dude. I think I have 2. I never got, but I grinded till I got like almost every achievement I possibly could.
Some of them were a little silly though, because it's like, hey, use every escape on the house map. And I'm like, all right, cool, that's cool. And I was
That was tough.
I was like, what escape haven't I used?
Right.
And on the road, if you run out the really long road out towards the exit, like the one you would see in the movie where out from the guy, the left side and the right side are different exits.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? I was like, I had no idea. I just ran one way one time because I was like, I always go right. I'll go left this time. Just mess around. And it was like, hey, you got the achievement. And I was like, what?
Does it ever worry you guys that developers they want to put more and more into their game even though they know that it's not like that great of content, so they just create these little challenges? Some of them are like unattainable.
Texas, they still make like DLCs for their game and stuff. Like I know they dropped a few maps. I haven't played any of them, but they have been dropping like maps and characters and stuff.
Yeah, I've been seeing like on Twitter, because I did follow them when it first came out, because I was like, this game's awesome. I want to play it a lot. And I did play it a lot, but I was like, I get like some things here and there. It's like, hey, this killer's out. I was like, that's cool. I just haven't gone back.
The only thing I didn't like is it costs like $10 to buy a new character. It's like it's cool. I don't want to spend $10 on a new character.
I get it though, right? Because they gotta make money somehow, and it's like Dead by Daylight does the same thing.
That's like, true. You're not wrong.
I guarantee you, if I go over there right now, because they just have the Castlevania crossover or whatever, I guarantee you right now, I go over there, each one of them characters are $10, and I'm just like,
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, I'll pay $10 for a character over $10 for a skin, though.
Yes, that you're not wrong on that
like,
one.
There's so many, like, oh my god, Valorant skins for guns. You'd have to get a second mortgage for some of those things. I'm just like,
and I love how
no way.
I love how people spend like so much money on skins and stuff when you're in first person the whole time and you can't really see it except for the people you're playing against.
Yeah, it's like awesome.
Right.
Yeah,
I feel people like looking at this.
Right.
I have a friend who spent like $300 in Apex probably on skins.
Oh my god.
I also have a friend who's probably spent around $300+.
Oh my god.
He somehow thinks that one day he's gonna sell his account, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
I'll never understand that. No one's gonna buy an account like that for all the skins. If they cared that much, they probably already bought the skins.
Do you want my 0.2 kill to death ratio?
Looks pretty good, right?
Well, I can't be too mad at that because GTA 5 Online, I spent a good almost $1,000-something in GTA Online.
Well, that game's been out for like 10 years though.
2013. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right because since 2013, I haven't played it
you
in
know
a long
what? Never
time.
mind. I'm not giving you an out. No, that's bad. Stop.
Okay, so 2013, I played it on my Xbox account. So obviously, I switched to like PC and everything. So I haven't played Xbox in a long time. But yeah, I wanted my business. I wanted my businesses. No, I just like to get the businesses and different cars and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like
I don't respect it, Ronnie. I'm mad.
I loved grinding in the game. I did. I love, but sometimes it was like, okay, this is everybody's already ahead of me. Everybody's already ahead of me. I need to step my game up. So I bought some Megalodon shark cards. Yes.
Oh no. No.
Was it worth it, Ronnie?
I'll tell you one reason I bought a business was because I was just minding my own business, doing another business, and some guy I'm driving down the road, some guy randomly blows me up, and then he messaged me on Xbox, and he goes, "Sorry, dude, just trying to run my business." I'm like, I was minding my own business. I wasn't even gonna mess with you.
I do somewhat get that though. When you no matter how innocent people appear in that game, but if you those business things, you got to get your thing from point A to point B. If there was anyone in that line, you kill them.
Right.
Because they could easily steal all of your shit, and then you're gonna wait real life time to get that shit back. And it's like,
oh my god.
And that's like the origin story how Ronnie became like a mob boss.
Yeah, right.
And now Ronnie's the wrong way on the street. Yeah, he was someone rubbing the wrong way on the streets, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna spend over $1,000 just to get back at this guy.
I gotta show my Italian side somehow.
yeah.
No.
So that's Ronnie's origin story.
Oh my god.
I'm assuming that you stream, right, Dana? I'm just kidding. I know you do.
Yes, I do indeed stream, but not as much as I would
7
like
years
to.
Strong.
Yes, 7 or 8. I don't remember anymore. I stopped keeping track after a while. But
was it your profound love for video games that brought you to streaming, or was there an influence in your life that brought you to it?
Well, I even when I was younger, I always enjoyed because my mom and dad, they also really enjoy video games, but they also liked sometimes they were they just didn't like playing it, but they wanted to see stuff that would be going on in the game, right?
Pretty rare, pretty nice.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, my whole family was gamers. My grandpa was a gamer.
Nice.
Dang. Pop brought out that Atari, and
he had 6 Ataris, Atari 2600, Nintendos, Super Nintendos, 64s, PlayStations. He had every system you could think of.
Oh, that's so cool.
It was very cool. My grandpa was awesome.
Isn't it crazy that I'm sorry to go off tangent here, but that the same equipment available to live stream it was available back then. You could probably broadcast that. Someone could have streamed Atari.
Really?
Well, I mean, they had the news. I mean, all you gotta do is.
I think it was more the arcade era, though. That's where people played in front of people up there for the.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But even back then, when I was younger, I liked playing playing games for my family and stuff like that for them to watch. And I always enjoy playing things and experiencing it with somebody, right?
Right.
And so I got to watching Scene Hammers, if you know who that is. And he did a lot of Gary's Mod, Trouble in Terrorist Town, all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
and it was always fun watching him and I always admired how funny he was and like that. And I was like, I would love to do this one day. This just seems like a dream job to have.
Absolutely.
And so when I got out on my own after I finally was able to get some internet, because I lived with my family till I was 23 to 25, something like that, because my mom's not super healthy and I didn't have a lot of means to getting out on my own at the time, and because we lived out in the middle of the woods, no internet.
Right.
Once I got internet, I was like, I've got a little gaming laptop, I'll stream, I want to give it a shot. And I started out streaming League of Legends and stuff like that, and being an educational streamer.
Oh, so you were giving how-tos and stuff?
Yeah, I was very confident in my ability of playing League and how to teach people at the very least, because even if I'm not like mechanically super great at a game, I can understand the game very well, usually at a core level. And like, so League was one of those games where it's like mechanically I'm not like the best, but I understand like, hey, this is what you should be doing at this time, this is what you should be doing at this time, yada yada yada. And like I would do streams like that. Like I was a jungler. If you've played League, you know what that is. I was the guy who wasn't in a lane. I moved between the lanes and, you know, took care of the monsters in the forest and then would gank lanes and help out the people who needed help.
Mhm.
And so I kind of gave like tutorial videos and streams on those, like different champions like that. And I got recognized in game one time and I was like, holy crap.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
nice.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, like the enemy jungler was like, "Are you actually Danakun?" And I was like,
Oh wow.
I was like,
Heck
"Do
yes,
I
I
know
am."
you? Huh? Like, hi." And they were like, "I watched your stream the other day. That you kind of helped me out on like doing this." I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." I was like, "I'm happy, thank you."
That's so
But
cool.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
that's
Hope
where
you don't
I
have a
started.
stalker.
No, not that important.
That'd be a weird twist.
Yeah, we just happened to get into a game together with somebody who watched the streams a few times. I guess.
And then the next day, he was at my laundromat.
Yeah,
It's
it
so
was
weird.
crazy. There was like a weird note on my door, and I was like, "Oh, a fan mail."
Oh, that's cool, man.
That's cool. So
Yeah.
you did League of Legends teaching.
Mhm.
Did you don't play League anymore, do you?
Rarely. If I play it, it's generally like with my significant other and my friends like that, and we play like we don't even play like the normal mode. We play ARAMs, where it's just like it's one straight line. They give you random champions and say fight it out, and so like we just kind of mess around on that.
Yeah, you were doing it not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
I
what?
never played League. Yeah.
Oh, you never played League?
I played like 3 times. I had a really, really bad non-gaming laptop, and I tried playing that when I lived in Germany for a while. And yeah, I just remember my computer crashed too many times, and I was like, I don't. Maybe
Oh,
I should
no.
have even tried this.
I played League. I played 5 or 8 games. I had no idea what I was doing, but I won every game, and then I retired after that. I was like,
Let's
all right, I'm retiring on a win streak.
Yeah,
He went out on
you're on
top.
top. There you go.
Yeah. So that's my League history.
I used to care so much about like the ranking in League and stuff like that. Like I was always like, I'm gonna grind up to Diamond or Master. I don't even care anymore. I get to Gold. I play enough ranked games to get my gold placement, and I'm like, all right, cool. I've got the free skin they're gonna give out. I'm good for the year.
Right. That's how I am with a lot of games too. Is like, okay, I'm gonna grind till I get the reward that they give you, and then I'm gonna be done.
I don't know. It's. I know you wouldn't think of it because like I post my successes on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. But a lot of the time I don't generally care about the ranking system in games a whole hell of a lot. I'm just like
Right.
I just don't have that drive to like be the best anymore, right? I don't know if it's just like
Right.
an age thing or what. Like I just don't I don't have that in me anymore to be like I'm going to be the absolute best. I'm gonna do my best.
Well, that's the thing. You don't have to. You don't have to try. It just happens. You do end up being the best.
I do have a natural gift for some games. I will say that, but I'm definitely not the best. But I do pick up things fast.
Yeah. I like what you said about understanding like core mechanics of games, because that's like where I lack the most when playing games. I never understand what I'm doing.
I can usually, because I've played so many different games and so many genres of games, I don't know why my brain is the way it is. Most games I can pick up, and like if it links to anything I've played in the past, my body is like, oh yeah, I know how to do this. So like if I go to like
Like a
Silent
superpower.
Hill and Resident Evil, right? Very kind of similar games. If you handed me one and I'd never played Silent Hill before, but I played Resident Evil, I'd be like, I know what I'm doing. Like
Right.
like just gameplay wise, it's like I understand what I'm doing. Like and it's so the same with like MOBAs, shooters, stuff like that. Like I recently started playing Deadlock. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's a Valve
No, I know.
game.
I haven't
Heard
played
of
it
it.
yet. I was interested in it. How is that game?
It's very fun.
Okay.
It's difficult, but it's very fun. If you've played League or Dota or I'd say the closest representation Smite, if you've ever played that one.
Oh, that's the one
Okay.
I've played. There we go.
There you go.
I'm in.
Deadlock is very similar to Smite in the sense that it is a MOBA like that, and it's third person.
Okay.
Every character, it's like a Hellboy style universe, I suppose you would call it, because like it's got like there's a guy who literally looks like Hellboy but blue.
Oh, nice.
Dan Harbor.
Yeah, yeah. But like they like the whole game is it's 4 lanes, and you know you've got your team, and you got every character has a gun as their main weapon, and then you have your abilities, and you have to kill minions and get the gold and get the towers and get the eventual end nexus thing and win the game like that. So it's a very fun game and it's really unique. But like, holy, I think. Wait, let me check because like the tracker broke.
He's let me check.
Yeah, because like I was keeping track of how well I was doing for a while, because like I was playing with I don't know if either of you know who GSM Void is. He's a Smash Brothers player. He's a platform fighter player. But like recently he started inviting me to play games like that. I was like, oh yeah, cool. But I play with him and his group a lot, and we went on like a ridiculous win streak over like a course of a week. And I think, and I'm trying to see if I can find this. I posted this somewhere. I just like sent it to somebody messing around. But like, hey, look at this. Because the tracker broke after one of the updates. It kept track of all your wins and like where you kind of were compared to everyone else.
You were doing so well, they cut it out. They shut it down.
I mean, you could say that. I'm in the. Here it is. Hang on. There's one of them. Because I was like, oh yeah, look, I'm here. Haha. And then I posted it again and again and again. Top 0.1%.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, was gaming for a bit. And then I stopped playing for like a week, and now I have no idea what I'm doing because they update so often.
Oh, no.
It hasn't been out that long though, right? It's pretty new, right?
They just recently started like bringing a lot more people. I got a random invite like a month ago, and I was like I didn't apply for any games or anything like that on like, because normally for an early access thing you have to be like, I want to play this, and they'll be like, hey, you're in. I was just like, I woke up and I remember like I got like a noise on my phone, and I was like, what? And I like checked my phone. I'm like half asleep. I'm like, what? And I had an email that's like, you've been accepted into Deadlock, and I was like, I don't know what that is. I think this is spam. And so I just tossed my phone on my bed and went to sleep. And so like a month went by without me touching this game. And I was like, excuse me. I was like, I don't know what this is. It's probably spam. And then I heard people talking about it. Like more and more people are like, I got this random invite to this game. And I'm like, okay, so that makes me think it's like a mass spam thing now, right?
You're so cynical.
Yeah, listen, man, I've been burned before.
There's no way this is real.
Right? Well, because like it's out of nowhere.
Right.
And then I was watching Void, and he was like, "Hey, I got a thing for like this game called Deadlock," and I looked into it. I'm gonna play it today, and I was like, "It's real." So he started playing it. I was watching it. I was like, "This looks super neat." I was like, "I'm gonna give it a try." And then the thing happened that happens with me, where I'm like, "The game." Just like I was in.
That's cool.
But like, yeah,
it's one of those.
Fun game.
You think it's gonna last? I feel like so many games come out now where everyone jumps on it right away, and then they just kind of fizzle out. I think the last one I remember was like the finals. I remember that game.
Oh yeah, that game died.
Yeah, it did die, but I mean, it was so well received by everyone that played it, but yet it still dies. Do you think this is one of those? I
think this will outsurvive that game for sure, and here's why. The finals,
I mean, it's a completely different genre, to be fair.
Yeah, the finals is super sweaty. Like, I don't think there's really an MMR system in the finals. Is the which people are like, I hate matchmaking, blah 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 blah.
Right.
But it's like it exists for a reason, right? Like, it's not fair if, say, like me, who's generally good at most games, goes against somebody who's never played the game, has no idea what they're doing, and they just get stomped, right? Like if I'm very knowledgeable in a game, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know the tricks that like aren't immediately obvious in the game and stuff like that. And this person is just now figuring out like, oh, I hit left click to shoot. Like, that's not a fair match. And like so like that's how the finals was kind of set up, because everyone did not like matchmaking for some reason. Everyone's always against matchmaking, MMR, and it's like it exists for a reason.
It kind of needs it, yeah.
Because now there's no new players wanting to play because every time they get into a lobby where the sweatiest people on earth are, and those people are gonna stomp them by like 500 kills and all this other stuff, and they're just not gonna have a good time or even get a chance to learn the game. So they're gonna be like, "Well, why am I doing this?" And they're just gonna walk away.
Did you play the finals, Ronnie?
I have it downloaded. I've never played it.
Initially,
it's literally
yeah,
it's on my Steam library. I've just never played it.
That's rough.
I think I played it when it was in beta or whatever before it came out. It's one of those stories. Like I liked it when it was like before it was released.
Exactly.
I thought it was a really interesting game. It felt fun, fast, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like ready to play it, but then it came out, and I don't know why. I just didn't want to do it.
I played it a few times after the beta when it came out, and like every match was like that meme of like the guy in the corner where he's like sweat pouring on his face. Like every match was that. I was like, I'm gonna lose 30 pounds sitting in my chair. Like Jesus.
Oh dang, I kind of need to play that then.
I was like every match was just like turbo gamers, and I'm just like,
wow.
Brother, I just want to chill a little bit.
Right. It kind of.
Well, you had to always be switched on in that game, which makes it hard to like play it for a long period of time.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of like when Valorant first came out, when that was a beta. I was I played it and I was like, okay, I'm kind of good at this. I can get used to this. And then everybody started getting keys, and then the game was finally coming out. I was like, okay, well now I suck. Like,
yeah, I remember that you had to
terrible.
get the key by watching a stream, right? You just was by chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to watch someone playing it. I remember getting a key too.
Mm-hmm. So I checked it out. I was like, okay, I can get used to this. I can finally be good at a Riot game. And now I'm like, okay, well, yeah, never mind.
I dropped $100 in the beta.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. I dropped $100 on the dragon skins for the guns. Cause I
remember when they came out. I remember that.
Well, cause like they had a thing where they were like, any money you spend in the beta, you get double back once the beta's over.
Really?
Oh, that's cool.
And I was like, well, I mean, that means I could get all these cool dragon guns, and then if they bring out another set of guns, I can get another cool set. And I was like,
honestly, just like with GTA, like if there's a game to put money into, at least that game like thrived hardcore.
Yeah, then I stopped playing the game, so it was a waste of money.
Yeah. Say they have an update and you go back to it, right? You still have them pretty cool.
I will have those really cool guns. Yeah.
Absolutely. I was playing it when they did the console beta. The console beta was kind of fun though when I made my return, but then I stopped again.
Yeah, I heard the console like did decently, like the beta for that. I was like, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play it because I can't play shooters on a twin stick anymore. I like to with like the D-pad or something like that. I'm just like, it just isn't in me anymore. I don't know. Like I was such a console gamer for my entire life.
I get it.
Like some games I have to have a controller in my hand. Some games I gotta have a mouse and keyboard. That just
absolutely.
I can't differentiate. Like if I'm playing like a Castlevania style game, I need a controller. Get that keyboard away from me. I gotta be able to move.
Burn it.
Exactly. Yeah. No, there's definitely a lot of games like that.
The game I was playing over the weekend, because it had a over the weekend beta. It was called Bite Breakers. It's a platform fighter battle royale game.
Mm-hmm.
People were playing on mouse and keyboard. And I was like, how? I gotta have a joystick. Like I gotta be able to control my character better.
They're just stubborn. They're stubborn. They're people that eat soup with forks. I can't.
I was sad on that though because I didn't get top 10. I was like, I wanted top 10 so bad, but like the last day, like it was yesterday, and I was so like tired and worn out. I didn't even wake up until like almost like today. I woke up at like 9 p.m. today because I didn't feel good. And I woke up that late in the day, and like my placement had dropped a bunch. I was like, oh no. And I had to grind back up, and I got to 50th, and I was like, dang it.
Oh no.
Super fun game though. I hope they continue making that.
What's it called again?
It looks fun.
Bite Breakers. BYTE Breakers. It was it's from the people who made Omega Strikers, if you know what that was. It was
really? Okay.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's the same company that made that. and they literally like I think Wednesday or Thursday, they were like, "Hey, here's this new game we were working on. Who wants in?" And I was like, I want in.
Please, please.
Right?
They had I think Wednesday. Yeah, when it was Wednesday, because Wednesday they put out a post and they were like, "Hey, this is the game we're working on. If it gets a lot of good feedback, we'll continue with it. But if it doesn't, we're just gonna scrap it and move on to the next idea because we don't want to put another 3 years into a game that doesn't really go anywhere."
Okay.
And I was like, understandable. Yeah. But then like one of the devs posted it on Twitter and they were like, "Hey, any content creators who wants to play, let us know. Hit me up. I got you." And I was like, I never do this, but I was like, maybe I can apply for that, right? Like I'm a small streamer.
You flexed that 700. I know you did.
Yeah. So I actually messaged the guy and was like, "Hey, I was a big fan of Omega Strikers. Like, I really loved the game. I was like, I would love a chance to try out your game early if I can. If not, no hard feelings." I was like, "I've already applied for the Friday one, but that's like open to everybody. So, I'm not gonna hate you guys if I don't get in." And then like he messaged me back within like 10 minutes. It was all like, "We love the support. You're in. Here's a code, and then we're gonna give you one for a +1 as well, so you can do duos." And I was like,
"Oh, that's so cool."
So I was like, "Yes!" So I got to play it Wednesday when like it wasn't allowed on any platform. So you could record it, but there was no YouTube video allowed, no Twitch or anything like that. It was just raw playing. And it was so fun. It was so hard because it was all the turbo gamers that were in the lobbies, right? It's like every fighting game player you can think of who thrives on this shit, does it for like thousands of hours and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my lord. But it was such a fun game. And
That's cool.
It was just like, oh, I gotta play more. So that was my entire weekend. Was that game.
Well, it has this podcast endorsement for sure.
Yeah.
So you said you recorded it. Does that mean we're gonna get a video out of it for your channel?
I don't know at all. I would love to, but like it's one of those things where it's like it's pre-alpha, right? Like the buildings in heavy quotes were just like blocks that are checker printed. So like,
well, if it's good at a functional level, even in that stage, it's probably going to be fantastic.
Because I don't know if you guys play things like Smash Bros or something like that, but like when you hear
I'm a Ness main, I'll destroy you.
When I heard the concept of platform fighter and battle royale, my brain immediately went, ew. Like what?
I'm just now realizing I've seen this game. I'm just now remembering this. Yes,
I streamed it a little over the weekend. Yeah,
I've seen this. Yeah, it does look really neat.
Yeah,
but like I don't know, for some reason, like conceptually I was like, ew, this does not sound good, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Gameplay wise, it was very fun. Like towards the end of it, once people started like figuring out the really broken stuff, it was a little rough because like you would come across one character that you can't really do anything against, but like it for the most part, like that, like again, it's pre-alpha, so I can't hold it against them too much. Like this is that if they continue with the game, it will get adjusted. So I'm like, I'm not gonna hold that against them. Like, how dare they release this in this state? It's free and it's a pre-alpha, all right? Like they asked for no money. This is just them putting their idea out there for people to try. So I'm not.
All you had to do was email them begging to play it. And then...
Exactly. Well, apparently they had enough people interest because like Thursday was supposed to be just the content creator day where like this is where they're showcasing the game now via content creators, like they stream interest in the game, and then Friday through Sunday was going to be when they were going to let everyone in. Apparently there were so many people wanting in on Thursday, they were just like, fuck it, we're opening it for everyone. Right? Like they did Thursday, and I was like, nice, that's cool.
That's a brilliant marketing strategy.
It is. It is.
Right. It's funny. I was watching you when I was watching you play it. It was you had that one glitch or something where you were on the same team as everybody. Like the whole lobby was on the same team.
The match started and I won instantly because everyone was on the same team. I was like, what?
That's a good game. I should tell my son about that.
it glitched and put everyone on the same team, and I was like, "Why is everyone my color? What's going on?" And I was like, "Oh!" And then the match started. It was like, "Congrats, you won!" And I was like, "I'm the best."
Go to gamer.
That and like how many players? All the other 50 players also won.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny. What would you say your favorite battle royale is, Dana?
Oh man,
And Flem, I want to know yours too.
if we're going by like the battle royale I probably put the most time in, early access PUBG.
Ooh, okay.
I put so much time into PUBG before it fully released,
Mhm.
and they did it like, oh my gosh, I played that game so much, and it still holds a special place in my heart.
Nice.
If I was going by like more recent, like what would be the more recent one, I would have to say Super People 2.
Okay.
I love Super People 2.
I downloaded that and never got to play it.
They killed it.
Yeah.
Like,
They killed it in a positive way, or they killed
They
it in a negative
killed
way?
it with a shotgun, Old Yeller style.
Okay, I think that means bad, right? Unless you're
Yes.
involved.
So, okay, so when it comes to battle royale shooters like that, I am not super great. Like, I'm okay. I'm a sniper. That's my jam. If I am away from where people can't hit me, I'll hit them. I don't gotta worry about it. But for things like Apex and stuff like that, where it's very fast, very up in your face, I'm not super great at it. I will admit that. But Super People was the one game where I was good at it all. Like, I was just genuinely good at the game. And it felt great, because even like Martine was like, "You're really good at this." And I was like, "Awesome. Yes."
Cool.
Finally.
I have the endorsement of Martine.
Yes. Well, because Martine plays Apex like all the time. He's really
All the
good at that
time.
game. And
Yeah.
he was like, "You're better than me at this. Like, I'm like, I follow you.
I
the best thing
concede.
ever. I trust." Yeah, he's like, "I trust you when it comes to so." I was like, "Nice."
I think
Awesome.
that I said that in your stream the other day too. I was like, I just follow you and hope for the best so I get good at the game.
Because like I remember there was like one shining moment where like I was playing with Martine, Tim, and I think my buddy Zippy, who Zippy is insanely good at like you put a shooter in his hands and he's gonna be great. He played CS:GO and all that stuff.
Nice.
They were all dead. I was by myself, and I killed all 4 of the NAB people by myself.
Wow.
And got us back in the game. It felt so amazing, and I was like, yes.
I've never even
Then they
heard
killed
of
that
Super
game.
People.
It was okay. It was a battle royale.
I'm looking
like,
it up right now. It looks pretty neat.
You had like almost like Overwatch style powers. Like there was like different classes almost. Is what you would call it. And there was crafting in the game. So like if you needed better gear, you could just craft up to the better gear and not have to be like, "Oh, I've got to run around Tilted Towers for 50 minutes hoping I find a non-gray revolver." Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Like you could just craft your gear up that you needed. So like the game was always like, it always felt like it was a fair-ish fight because you could get your stuff up if you needed to. And I was quite good at the game, and I was very proud of myself about that. And then they killed the video game because they got rid of everything that made it what it was.
Oh, no.
They got rid of like half the abilities. They got rid of the crafting system, and I was like, "What? Why?" And then they got rid of North American servers.
Oh wait, what?
Oh dang!
What?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. That's
What?
officially killing it.
Yeah.
Like the last time I tried to play, me and Martine were like, "We're gonna run some duos. We're gonna give it another shot. We're gonna try it again." We got on. Our ping was 200, and I was like,
Oh
"Oh, we're
my
on Asia
God.
servers. How do you change the servers?" There were no other servers.
Wow.
They got rid of them, and I'm like, "So we just can't play." And I was like, "Okay, I guess." What? And like the game just died, and like everyone who like played the game, like if you go through the reviews and all that, people were like, "You guys actively killed this game."
That's crazy.
Everyone who played the game was like, "You all killed it."
Oh my God.
It was horrible. I
my
was
God.
so sad.
I bet. No.
It's kind of like an interesting name, Super People. It sounds like a generic thing
Right?
from like Walmart. It's like great value superhero.
Oh, that's what they did. Okay. So when they changed, so it came out as Super People, right?
Right.
That was like the early access like name and all that stuff. Within a month and a half, when they changed everything, they changed it to Super People 2.
Oh,
They
wow.
they actually changed the name to Super People 2, and people were like, "What?
How did they get away with this?
Why they didn't? That's the secret. They didn't. Everyone was like, "Why would you change it to Seer People too? Why it's this? What are you doing?" And then they changed everything. And people were like, What are you doing? Like, this isn't what we were enjoying the game for. What are you doing?
When a restaurant changes their names to avoid bad reviews.
Yes, yes, exactly. We're no longer a Wingstop. We're a Wing Pause.
Yeah.
Completely different.
So is this game? Is it more? So I'm guessing it's more popular in Asia or something.
I don't even think it's active anymore. I don't even think it has servers there anymore.
Wow.
Like I actively think it is a genuinely dead video game, which is sad.
That's very sad.
Yeah, the only problem I had with the game, which was like later in its life, I guess within a month, was people from the Asian servers would come over to America servers, which fine, that's fine. But the reason that is because people who had higher ping had a much higher advantage in that game. To the point where like you could peek around a corner and shoot somebody and then go back. And on my end, if I have normal ping and you do that to me, I never see you come around the corner and I get shot in the head. So you would get cheesed like that, I suppose.
So I want you to say out loud that you don't want the what again in the what servers? What type of people don't you want in your servers?
Oh my god.
No, wait, hold up. That's not what this is about at all. That's just what happened. And the unfortunate thing is that happened in Naraka too. Like
because that did 100% in Naraka.
And it made the game almost unplayable for me because
that may have been why I quit. Now that I think about it, because there was like a big controversy about it. I remember that was like going around.
The people from like Asia servers would come over to North American servers to have the higher ping, and they could do the heavy attack and counter at the same time. So on my end, the heavy attack's coming, and my way of beating that would be counter, or to clash with a heavy attack to block it. But they would also counter while doing that. So on my end, I get hit with heavy attack counter, which you can't do because there's the lockout time, right? You have to finish the animation of your heavy attack, and then you can counter. They did it at the same time, and so when you clash with them, your weapon would fly out of your hand, and you would be dead. Like, you just can't. You have no weapon, and they would just beat the shit out of you.
Right, and the game is massive, I believe, over there still. Like, even I think you can check now, it's like 100,000 players. Like,
it's still a super popular game. Like, I would be willing to give the game another shot if it just ran well on my computer. I get like 17 frames when I'm playing that game, if I'm lucky, and I'm like, my stuff's not that bad. What's happening? Like, I don't have a very strong computer, but like, it's good enough to run Naraka on low settings, right? Like, it's good enough to do that because I've done it before.
For sure.
Yeah, there's 92,000 people playing it right now.
Wow.
Which is huge when you think about it.
Yeah.
I hate when people are like, they see numbers like that, and they're like, "Oh, dead game. It's not in the millions," and I'm like, do you know how rare it is for a game to be like in millions on player base like that?
It's been 4 years since it's come out. 3 years. Been out for a
That's
while.
a good, especially for a game like that. I would say 10,000 is still like a solid number for a game like that. Like, you're still going to find matches fairly quick, but like 92,000, I think you said, that's insane.
Yeah,
that's incredible longevity.
At what point do you guys consider a game dead?
Double digits,
player base wise.
If it's a game that requires like Naraka, where it's like, oh yeah, you need like an 80-person lobby or something like that, right? When there's only 50 people playing, that makes it a little hard.
Yeah.
And you seem like you were a Concord stan.
No,
did you play that?
I didn't play Concord. No,
that sounds like it been your jam.
I hadn't even heard of that game, and it was gone before I even heard of it. I was like, what is that? Huh?
Same for me. My battle royale was the culling. And that game died.
Oh my god, yes!
Yeah.
What is it called? The culling?
The culling, yes.
Like
that was
Twilight the Cullens?
No.
It's a battle royale, you're in like this little portal thing, you end up on an island, and then you just gotta like battle it out with other people. You'll have like sticks, you get guns, you get all these different weapons, and then you just gotta fight the circle and win the game. And the game died. It lasted for a good bit, and then it died, and then they made a second one and then killed it like the second day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
But
the calling was like my first battle royale. I completely forgot about it. I'm
Mhm.
glad you mentioned it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Some of the pictures look reminiscent of. I can't tell, like the forest. It looks like some of these characters look like.
Mhm.
I played that game so much though. I really did.
So to give you an idea, Flim, of what like the style of
Yeah.
it was a game show. It
Yeah,
was like
yes. It was
like
literally the Hunger Games.
yes.
Yes.
So they would throw everyone on the island, and there would be a big announcer like over the island, like talking about things that are happening. And you could literally look up at any time in the sky, like on one of the spots, and there was like a big projected thing of like who was
died.
killing who, like their kills
That's
they currently
cool.
had.
Yeah.
It was very neat. And then the game was, it was very like it was crafty survival. Like you had to
Mhm.
like you could loot buildings like that for better stuff, but like off the rip, a lot of the times you was like, I'm grabbing rock and stick and I'm making hatchet or something like that. Let's go.
I mean, it's just a concept. Like that's like the Hunger Games. I feel like is like
Mhm.
pioneered the thought of battle royales. I'm sure
Yeah.
they existed before, but you'd think a game like this would succeed.
It was doing all right for a little bit. Like I
And
didn't get to play
yeah.
a ton.
For a good bit. I remember oh my god, there was one game, my favorite game I've ever played on it. I was playing with I think my cousin, and it was down to just a few people left, and then my cousin died, and all I had was a stick. And the other guy had a gun, and somehow I got so lucky to where I started beating the crap out of the guy with the stick and won the game. That was the best game I've ever played.
If I remember right, you could knock the like if someone had a ranged weapon and you had a melee weapon, you could knock their like it would sometimes knock their weapon out of their hand when you were hitting
Yes.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you gotta get in close to them, but like
and you can set off like poison traps and everything to poison people so they couldn't like really move, and then when the
That
circle
was-
would come and they were screwed.
that was my favorite build I had. I would make a blow dart with poison darts, which does
Uh-huh.
1 damage, but the poison would tick on you, and I would make punji stakes.
Oh yeah.
And I literally just loaded my pocket full of punji stakes and blow darts. And I went to the final zone, and I just covered the entirety of it
Oh my god.
in the poison stakes, and I would blow dart people and hide in the bush. And just watch them run around and panic because they're like, where are they? Where are they? And they're like stepping on traps, and they're like, and they're like running out. I'm like, and I would just watch. And I won like it was so stupid.
It looks
Oh my
actually
God.
really neat.
It was so much fun. I was so sad when they canceled it, and then when they came out with 2, they literally canceled it the next day. Like,
It was bad.
oh my god, it was so bad.
Kind of looks like some elements of Rust a little bit.
A little
I can
bit,
see it.
yeah, because you got to craft and everything to survive.
Also, when I typed in the culling, another game showed up called The Culling of the Cows, and it looks amazing.
Pulling of the
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same concept, but some farmer Joe shooting a cow in the face.
Okay.
Looking it up. Hold on. The Calling of the Cows. Oh, that is indeed an old man with just a shotgun just blowing that cow away.
Wow.
Looks pretty neat. Maybe that's the next game, next big stream game.
If it's TOS.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks a little crappy. Man, for battle royales, I mean, like I always feel so out of loop. You guys both named games that I'd never even heard of. Well, I've heard of PUBG, I guess, early access, but you said another one.
Right.
What was it? It was
The calling.
What was another one? What was the other one you
Super
said?
people. Super people.
Super people.
Oh yeah, Super People. Yeah, I'd never heard of either of those. Where have I been?
Another great battle royale that the devs actively did their best to murder. Blood Hunt.
Blood Hunt.
Oh,
Yes,
was
I
gonna
remember
bring
that
up.
one.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did play that one.
I played that one extensively.
I
Also made a
remember.
bunch of videos on that one.
I was gonna ask you about it actually.
Yeah, I loved that game, and I was also pretty good at that one. And I played every single character class up to max level to make sure that like any thoughts and stuff like that, because I like that was a game where I got into the community a little better. Like that was like the first one where I was like, I'm gonna be in the Discord, I'm gonna be active in the community, I'm gonna help this out. And so I was like, I want to be knowledgeable of the game. I want to know what I'm talking about, so I don't give false information. So I played every single character in the game up to max level, used every single weapon extensively, and I was like, I got a good understanding.
Now this was the game. Was it the vampire one, right? The Vampire Masquerade, right?
Yeah.
I remember, like, I liked the game a lot when it first came out, and I remember spending a lot of time on the rooftops, and that's like where every time it got to the last like couple of people, it was just nothing but like who's on whose roof.
Yep. It was a lot of verticality in that game, which was kind of
It was neat though. Yeah, I did like it.
Mhm.
But it did die quick after it was big, and then I feel like it just dropped. But I don't know why it did, because I was liking it.
It's because one, the optimization just got worse and worse and worse. They just weren't working on the optimization. They were too busy trying to pump out cosmetics, which is not great.
Oh yeah,
but I get it. They got to make money somehow, right? It's a free game.
Right.
But also like the changes they would make in the game because they listened to their community very poorly.
Which is a bad thing, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing too, right? Like sometimes it's good to listen to your community. Sometimes it is bad to listen to your community. It's almost like being a parent, right? Like
it would be great if we started and everyone was on the same team.
It's like if your child walked up to you today and was like, "Dad, I think we should have chocolate at least 3 times a day. You know, one of those king size Hershey bars." And you know, I think that would just really help out like our overall growth, right?
I know I'd be happier.
Yeah, but like you as a father would be like, that doesn't sound correct, and you would make the judgment call yourself because you are the one in control of that situation. Blood Hunt, people were like, oh my gosh, people were like, oh my gosh, shotguns are too strong. It's too strong of a weapon.
Yeah, let's tone it back. And they're like,
and they were like,
it's too weak.
Well, it wasn't even that. They removed shotguns.
Oh, that's extreme.
Yes. People were complaining so heavily about shotguns. And I was in the Discord and I saw this stuff. I was like, just don't push a shotgun. I was like, it's a third-person shooter. Someone's gonna hold the corner. It's like if someone runs around the corner and they have a shotgun, and you run out that corner, you're gonna be mouth distance to a shotgun, which isn't great. Don't do that.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about weapons, but I've always heard those up close are rough.
Yeah, and just no one would listen. They were like, no, they're overpowered. And I was like, they're literally the only counter to melee. If you don't have shotguns, you're not gonna be able to kill a melee fighter who has like swords, because like if you have your melee upgraded, you can kill someone in like 3 hits, and you get healed for hitting them. You need the shotgun to get them away from you. They removed the shotguns literally within the next week. Oh my god, melee's ridiculous. And I'm like, people, please. So they nerfed melee. And I'm like, but now everyone's just going to sit and snipe. I was like, they have no incentive to get close. So now snipers are just going to be the best thing. And people are going to start bitching about snipers.
Right.
What happened? And I was like, stop! Please.
So it just became a game where everyone just like hangs out.
Everyone was just complaining. It was just everyone complaining. No one wanted to learn how to play the game. They wanted to play their style and it be the best. And to like they just complained until everything got nerfed to where they could try to get their thing to be the best. And then everyone just hated the game because everything was nerfed or messed with and stuff like that. And so like it actively ruined the game. But I'm just like, God. Devs, how could you should know better than this? You know the mechanics you put in the game.
Oh my god!
I wonder at what point a developer decides to call it quits, because it must be hard.
It has to be hard because like you have to like. There's people who are like, oh my god, these devs don't know what they're talking about. They're idiots. They don't know their own stuff. And then like there's other people who are like I am now, being like, oh my god, how could they listen to their community like this? They should know. Like it's a horrible position to be in, especially nowadays, because gamers are entitled little weenies.
Yeah. I guess in a way, not like it's the same genre, but like the Only Up guy, he quit his game. He was just like, I can't do it anymore. I can't do any more of the updates. I'm just done. No. Yeah. So he just deleted the game completely.
Really?
Yeah. So like if you have it, you still own it. Like I still own it, but you can't buy it or anything.
You can't buy Only Up anymore?
That game was too stressful?
That I don't know if you can buy it or not, but I know that he stopped
working on it entirely.
He's done with it. Yeah. Like
that wasn't that Bennett Foddy dude, was it? That was the other game. Right?
Bennett Foddy.
Only Up?
Remember there was a game, where you what was the game? It was I think it started like all that when you're like in like a pot and you're like a little dude.
Oh,
that was,
Getting Over It.
Getting Over It.
Getting
yeah.
Over It. That's like one of those games, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a rage game
Mhm.
where
Yeah.
if you fall, you lose like a ton of progress.
All your progress.
And you can't save or nothing. It's just.
That'd be a cool battle royale game.
Oh my god, that'd be so miserable.
What if like with guns too?
Somebody at the bottom, just like 100,000
Sniping
meters
at the
below you,
top.
just snipes you, and you just fall all the way to the bottom. I would uninstall.
I would cry.
Like I'm done. That'd be brutal.
Oh my god.
But
Also,
yeah, I guess for battle royale, I guess I'd have to say PUBG too, because that's the one I first played, and I really liked it when it. I don't remember if it was an alpha or not. I played it on Xbox, so I doubt it was on alpha, right? That means it would have already been console release. I think
I played it when it came out on Xbox too, because that was
that's like the
Xbox
only
before
time I played
PC.
it, when it first came out. My brother was really into it. We tried playing together. I had a lot of fun on it.
Mhm.
But yeah, I never got good at that at all.
Yeah, PUBG was like the start of my like computer gaming career. So like I was very bad at it because like hand wise, I just wasn't used to like WASD controls, like WASD moving around
Right.
and like
Yeah.
over my mouse. It was all foreign to me. I was like, I need a controller in my hand. This is what I've played my entire life.
Right.
And then it was like it would take me a while to be like, oh yeah, I need to swap items or weapons. What key is that? And then like by that time I'm getting my hand shut off, and I'm like, no.
And then at some point, like there's like this trigger in your brain that switches.
Mhm.
I've had that happen to me too with a lot of games. But somehow going back to controller always feels comfortable.
It does. It's like a home cooked meal. Like it's
Yeah.
it's my comfy place.
Right. Exactly. Dana, have you ever had trouble like trying to find like the key for like the talk in a chat, like a text chat or anything
Yes.
like that?
Yes.
Oh, here we go, Ron.
Yeah. Like if there's a push to talk key,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I never use that
So-
thing.
so-
I'm just like,
I was playing Spectre Divide, right?
Oh,
That
no.
Shroud's game, and they have text chat in it. So like my team's doing pretty well. We're all my team's pretty cool. We're talking. We're having they're having a good time. They're saying funny stuff. We're not being mean to each other. And I'm like, all right, I want to talk to them too. It took me like 5 games to figure out how to talk in text chat.
He's about to Google it.
I was googling how to text.
Oh, no.
and then hold on. And then
Take
we
a
went.
guess take a guess which key
I
it
wa-
was, because it's the first one you would think.
All right, yeah,
Sure.
go. Yes.
Yep.
So I went back. I was in the lobby, and then it just happened to pop up on the right of the screen and said, "Press enter to talk in text chat." I was like, "Oh, my
no.
god!" Like, oh man, I could have had great conversations.
Hey, at least they were nice though, right? Like,
yeah,
that's,
yeah. Everybody was nice in that game. Like, I didn't encounter like anybody that was like try hard or anything like that. So unlike
good.
most games, yeah.
like I think my favorite online interaction ever happened when I was playing Deadlock the other day, and because like I was playing with Void and he plays with a lot of his little friends, and
Mhm.
some of them are not the best, and one of them was very new to the game, and like we had one random on our team, and they were in the same lane together,
Mhm.
and the random overall chat like for everyone to hear was just like, Shiv, you have to be the worst player I've ever seen in this game. You are
Oh my
ass. And I was
Oh my
like,
god.
and he's like, it's okay though, because there's always room to improve. And I was like, that was mean yet constructive, I guess.
You
Like-
gotta break them down a little before you break them up.
Right?
It was like, because we were all in our own little Discord, and me and Boyd, everyone would just start dying laughing.
Kill him
And
with
so the rest of
kindness.
the game, I was like, oh my god, I fucked it up so bad, but there's always room to improve.
Yeah,
Kill
that
him with
reminds
kindness.
me of that's like the Rainbow Six Siege community.
Oh my god.
They
they're
destroy
tough.
every time I play. They make me feel like trash the whole
Right?
game, and then at the end of it, they're like, but if you keep playing,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
guys
wanna
really
keep
want to
playing.
keep going. Yeah,
Right.
thanks.
Speaking of Deadlock, I saw that your boy Ronnie, Dr. Disrespect.
My
is
boy,
playing it
okay,
the other
okay.
day.
Oh
no.
my god.
Oh no.
And the developers of Deadlock like tweeted at him saying like, "Don't play our game" or something like
Wait,
that.
really?
Yeah, like
I s-
he played, and they were like, if you're gonna play Deadlock today, this is the developers are saying make sure you're not a minor.
Oh,
Yeah,
I saw that tweet.
developers did, yeah.
Wait, really? I saw that when he was playing. I saw a clip where his whole team left the lobby.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're saying that's because of
They all instantly left.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a little
Honestly, yeah, good. Like,
Yeah, really.
like I'm all for people having a chance of changing something like that. That dude, one, this didn't happen that long ago. I don't think. If I know the events that happened properly, I don't think it happened that long ago. So it's like if someone was like 20 and something like that happened, and they're like now in their 35s, 40s, it's like I can understand where things could have probably changed in their life where they're not like that anymore. I'm open to hear about it.
Yeah.
But his was not that long ago. So
No.
I don't think you've changed at all.
Yeah, there's like you gotta have a longer probationary period.
Yeah, and it's like, and he was like unapologetically just like an ass about the situation. Like, you're just like, all these people want to see me gone. It's not happening.
Okay, did you guys?
I'm like,
Did you guys see his return video? Like,
no.
it's him going to an island.
Yeah, and then he's been like super he responding to people. He's like, it's not Epstein Island or something like that. It's like super cringy. Like, it's like one thing to like return, I feel like, and just accept that your community is gonna be smaller, but like he's like interacting with people that are fighting with him.
Right.
It's really cringy.
Yeah, it is.
He did like the whole, like that SpongeBob meme, when he's like doing like that, he's bent over and like the uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, like all the text.
Mhm.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff
the
he's
chicken.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff he's doing. He's like,
Oh
it's
my
not.
God.
No.
Where are you coming from, Epstein Island? It's like that is what he wrote. He wrote that. It's
Oh
like,
my
I
god.
said that originally.
It's like, come on, man. You could have at least thought when you were making that intro video that was gonna come up. Like,
Yeah.
It hasn't been that long since the incident. Like,
right. Right.
Would you say that you are you up to date on internet stuff there, Dana, or is that something you kind of keep to the side? Like you view yourself, like earlier you mentioned, as like a content streamer, which I think everyone here thinks we are, right? But do you follow those circles of like certain content creators nowadays?
not super really. Like, I mean, when I get my information, it's generally off Twitter. I know, I apologize.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
but it's
100% accurate.
Right.
It's like I'll see something trending, and I'm like, "What happened now?" And so I'll click that, and then like that's about the extent of my information. I don't ever really dig a lot deeper than that because I'm just like, it's not really a whole lot of my business, and it's not really personally affecting me, so I'm not gonna deal with it. Right? I got a lot going on in my own life. I got to worry about.
Right.
I don't need to be worried about what this person's doing as well, and it taking up my brain space.
Yeah.
So, content-wise, I don't really focus on a lot of other people and stuff like that. It's super hard unless it's like something like abysmal, like the Dr. Disrespect thing, and then I'm just like, wow, that's terrible, and then I move on.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So Dana, what would you? So we're talking about like games that we've played and stuff like that. What would you say is your like what games are you looking forward to, if there is any?
Other than the battle royale platformer Smash.
Besides that
Brothers.
game, yes.
If they even continue with that, like I don't know if they've gotten the reception they were expecting or hoping for, like had like a certain number they wanted of people trying it and whatnot. But that does sound like I am looking forward to that. Other than that, like I don't really have a lot of games. Like I don't follow a lot of gaming news. Surprisingly, a lot of like my games I try is usually like somebody recommending me a game. They'd be like, "Hey,
Okay.
you might like this," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, let me look at it." And I'm like, "I'll give it a shot," and I play it. Or like I'll turn on Steam one day and it's like, "Hey, this is a new game," and I'm like, "I haven't heard of that. What is that?" I'll click it, and I'm like, "That looks neat. I want to play that." Like,
Yeah.
that's about the extent of like my like the Wukong game. I saw that like a while back at like one of the shows, the game shows or whatever, where they do a bunch of awards, stuff like that. And I was like, that looks neat. And I had no idea where it came out when it came out. And then like it came out and I was like, oh, that's awesome. I don't have money for that. I was like, I can't play that right now.
It's pretty massive right now, still, isn't it? It's still,
Yeah, I'm still playing it. I don't even think I'm halfway through yet, but I'm playing it. It's pretty fun.
I've heard good things about the game. Like it looks fun. I've heard good things about it. I'm just like, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
I don't have the money to get it.
No, I get it. I understand.
I'll wait for a sale or something like that.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be on sale soon.
Well, since you've played so many games and we've kind of covered Battle Royale, what would you say? Have you played a lot of survival games?
God, yes.
Yeah,
That's like one of
I
my
like
favorite
that genre.
genres.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like one of my favorites as well. If you were to give a one of those games if you were to introduce a survival game to someone, which one would it be? And don't say Minecraft.
Yeah, I was saying the easy answer is Minecraft. But like, I'm not a huge Minecraft fan anymore. Minecraft was fun when it came out. I will say that. I had a lot of fun with Minecraft.
Really early on that.
Yeah, like I liked Minecraft a lot when it came out, and like even like a couple years after, right? Like it was still like fresh enough, and like they added some things, and I'm like, yeah, cool. Yeah. Minecraft, like I explained this on my stream the other day too. Like Minecraft just doesn't feel like Minecraft to me anymore because I feel like a lot of what Minecraft was like the unknown. Like the drive to play Minecraft was a lot of like, at least for me, was discovering what was in the game and like being like, oh my god, because like when you got that first piece of diamond gear, it was like, oh, like it was so good.
Yeah.
Like
so I assume you loved the movie trailer then.
No.
Oh, you haven't watched the movie trailer?
I have watched it. I don't like it. I think it looks horrible.
Yeah, it does.
I'm kind of torn on it.
Oh my gosh, I hope it's good for people who watch it. I have no interest in watching it.
I personally think, when I first saw it, it looked really, really bad. But my son makes me watch it on replay.
Oh,
so
really?
I'm like, maybe this is for him.
Yes. For kids, sure, that's fine. But like even the characters because Jack Black, I mean, he's Jack Black, he's probably gonna nail his role, right?
Yeah.
However much he's in the movie, he's probably gonna nail it. He's Jack Black. The other people, I don't know who they are.
Aquaman.
Yeah, Aquaman. It's canon with the Aquaman series.
Oh, okay. So he goes from
Amber
there
Heard's,
to here.
Amber Heard's in it too.
I don't know who any of those people are, but then I saw that like when you see Jack Black and he's like, I am Steve, and that girl goes, tool bag. I cringed.
Right?
Yeah.
So hard. Like I cringed so hard, I think I pulled a muscle in my stomach. I was like, oh no, don't do this.
What brings you to the emergency room? I saw the Minecraft trailer.
Alright. So let me ask you guys this. Do you think it's going to do better or worse than Borderlands?
Better.
Better? Okay.
Better because kids.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for kids, definitely. I mean,
Borderlands is for adults, and the adults were like, this was like ass.
True.
Kids have a much lower standard.
It'll be one of those like Sonic situations, like when the movie came out. You know how they said how ugly Homeboy was.
I hope they change it in some way, but they'd have to change the dialogue of the movie at this point because like it was the lines that did it for me. Because people remade this. I don't know if you see it on Twitter. Like people have been remaking it in like the actual like Minecraft style or Lego.
I did see that. Yeah, I have. Yeah.
It's very neat. I'm like, oh, these look great. But then the girl says that line of, oh, he's such a tool bag, and I'm like, ugh.
What they should do is they should do like a censor bleep and then make it so she says the F word.
He's such a man. Yes, movie of the year. No.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I don't know if this is true, and maybe I should Google it. Maybe I should Google it first. But I think the director of it was the director of like Napoleon Dynamite and stuff.
Oh, really?
Oh.
I believe so, and the sweater is very similar to Uncle Rico's that Steve's wearing, but I'm gonna Google it to make sure.
Wait, you're right. Actually, yeah.
I haven't seen Napoleon
when he's throwing the football. I remember now.
Mm.
Yeah. But you guys also got to think it's kind of like when the Super Mario Brothers movie came out. Everybody was hating on that. But then everybody loved it. Like everybody was saying, "Oh, Chris Pratt's not Italian. He doesn't fit the voice. All this actor is not great. Seth Rogen, blah blah blah." And everybody ended up loving it. So I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I can agree with that because I definitely was not a fan of Chris Pratt being the Mario guy. Like
right, nobody was. Nobody thought that was a good casting.
Seth Rogen's definitely. I don't know. Like
he was a good donkey. He is a good Donkey Kong for the voice.
I like Seth Rogen. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like, I just hear Seth Rogen, and I'm just like, I'm just like, there's no
his laugh.
like voice acting there.
Yeah.
It's just Seth Rogen being Seth Rogen, right? It's easy
it's
for
like-
Vince Vaughn things, right?
it-
Where it's like he's always this guy.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
after a quick search, it is the same director, but no, it's not the same sweatshirt. Someone
Oh.
lied to me on the internet.
similar though.
Lying on the internet, that's never happened.
Wow.
nerve. But it is cool that it's the same director. That is interesting.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep an open mind for like the movie and all that stuff. If it comes out, people are like, "Oh my god, it's actually insanely good." I'll be like, "All right, I'll give it a look." Right?
Right.
I think it'll be. The trailer didn't give really a lot of information. I think it'll be better than I'm hoping it will, because I know for a fact I'm gonna have to watch it 700 times.
Good luck. For me though, it's like I'm just not a huge like Minecraft fan anymore. Is the
Right.
issue? It's just, and everyone's always like, "It's the mods that changed the game," and I'm like, "Yeah, but like."
No, I'm just vanilla. Like I just play. Like we play because of the kids thing. I keep mentioning it, but it's true. Like we play it because my son loves it, but it does bring like a nostalgia for me playing it too.
hmm
I only got in on it like 2018, I think, is when I first started playing it.
Okay.
Whenever it first came to Xbox 360 is when I played it, because I played it with my little sister on that.
hmm
So I don't know when that is. A long time ago.
Mine
In
was
my
a long
youth.
time ago. Yeah, mine was on the Xbox One, but I don't remember what year. But it's been a minute since I played. I wasn't really huge on Minecraft either because it always put me to sleep.
Yeah. You know, it was the only game when I was doing my streaming thing. It was the only game I switched up because I beat a game early. I tried playing Minecraft, and I mean, within like a half hour to an hour, I was like, I couldn't stream it. I wouldn't go to bed.
In creative mode I made a giant Simba.
Nice. Well, that's the other thing too. That's the other appeal to that game, right? Is that like there is so much you can do in it. And
Yeah.
it includes art. Like
Mhm.
I've seen some really cool art pieces or like constructions of it. Like I think the guy who is Markiplier's friend, what's his name? Wade?
Yeah.
Okay,
One
yeah.
of them.
He recreated Notre Dame.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
He
Wow.
built the entirety of Notre Dame. And I'm like, holy
Was
shit,
this
that's impressive.
Before it burnt down or after?
Before, I believe. He used like a picture, right? Like he
Okay,
went
good.
off a picture and like rebuilt Notre Dame.
Say the after one would have been really easy.
Yeah, he did it before and after, right? He built it up, but he just filled it with dynamite and blew it up.
I wonder how long that takes. So like that's got to be like
It
months.
had to have been a while. Like
Months
Some of
or
the
at
builds
least
take a
years.
long time.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like for the people who do that kind of stuff and have that kind of joy in the game, that's awesome.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
just not me. Like I don't have that joy from that kind of stuff in the game. I don't
Mhm.
have that kind of creative bone in my brain. I guess
Right.
because you don't have bones in your brain. Now that I'm saying that out loud,
Not yet.
not yet. I'll get there.
I know Elon's cooking something up.
Oh god. Oh, but back to the original question. One of my favorite survival games ever, 7 Days to Die.
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
that's a good one.
That is a good
It's
one.
Very
Yes.
good, and apparently it's I don't know if it just came out fully.
Yeah,
or
it's a brand new game. Yeah,
Mhm.
it just came out.
Yeah, Martine tried it a little bit because I usually play with, Martine, Kami, Jess. Like we usually have our own little jam we do, and then I
Right.
have like Twitch integration where Twitch chat can fuck with me.
Yeah,
sorry for the
I remember.
language.
No, you're good.
But like it gives them the option to like summon zombies on top of me or like give gear if they're feeling nice and whatever. And if one of them kill me, like one of those zombies they summon kill me, they get like points. They win a jackpot of points, so they have incentive to try to kill me. It's just a funny time, right? But like
Yeah,
other than that,
absolutely.
like just gameplay wise, it's just I don't know, like the loop of it just feels fun to me. Where it's like,
Mhm.
okay, we gotta build up our base, get our defenses up, get our supplies, and then on the 7th day, the hordes come and we gotta hold them off. And like, it's just really fun to me.
It feels like so serious but playful at the same time.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's such a goofy game. Like even like when the guys die, sometimes they'll just spring up into the air like 50 feet. I'm like, oh, there he goes.
I haven't played it in a long time, but I do want to. I've always, it's like one of those games I've always known that I want to get back to.
Because Flem, you loved playing DayZ, right?
Oh yeah, DayZ is my favorite game of all time.
I've never played
Of
that
all
one.
time. Wait, really, Dana?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Never-
mean
never
it's
got to
not
try that
for
one.
everyone. I don't know why, but like I've been playing that game since like what 2014, and I'm just so comfortable with it. It's a game where like how you understand cores of games, you understand them fast.
Mhm.
Yes.
I'm very simple. I need simple, like, although some would argue it's complicated, but it's just like there's no like reading, there's no menus, there's nothing but like what's in your area is what you do.
Okay.
It feels very much like The Walking Dead. It feels like it's the
Yeah.
most accurate representation of like what the end of the world would be like in a video game, or like in real life, but like put into video game world.
The first time I played that game,
Got called
was-
the N word.
no, I was by myself. I didn't know what I was doing. I was lost, and then I ran into some random player, and then we started following each other around, you know, helping each other out. And then
Yeah,
don't,
it's such a
don't judge me for this, but I killed him.
yeah. See, that's sick. You're disgusting.
I killed him.
But no, that's
You
what's so
made
cool
one
about
friend
it.
online and said,
And then
"Die."
I just beat him up.
You know, he probably did what you did in Grand Theft Auto, and he created like he spent a
Yeah,
bunch of money.
You
and
go back now, and he's got like a wanted poster of you on the
he's
wall.
still he's still playing today. He's still looking for DJDubC.
Yeah.
His empire is built around finding you.
He created me in The Sims and then made his own little world just torturing me.
Yeah. He took off your door, and you're stuck in there with a fireplace.
Right? I just catch the kitchen on fire and I can't get out.
He put a chair. He put a chair and a table in front of it. He's just hoping.
He's like, your legs are so tired. Take a seat.
Yeah. Grim Reaper
Oh.
comes, and you convince the Grim Reaper not to do it. You just want him to suffer more. But no, Daisy. That's what I loved about it, though. It's like you can't trust anybody, but you
Yeah.
also, like the interactions are just you won't get interactions in any other game the same way.
It's tense interactions is the way I would like to describe it. Because it's like you don't know if they're gonna try to betray you or if you should betray them first, or if they're gonna be a
Right.
good person and actually try to help, or they lure you in. It's
And
very
yeah.
tense interactions.
Yeah, and it's really cool because like now it's really grown over the years, and
Mhm.
a lot of like the servers that are popular, a lot of like content creators are on it. So you never really know. People are always trying to they're doing like whatever's the craziest thing for their video.
Yeah.
So on Valentine's Day, so my wife and I play it together. And on Valentine's Day, she loves it too. We just go
Nice.
out and we survive together. It's really
Very
cute.
cool. Yeah.
So I did like this weird. I say weird, but it's very adorable. No one would take this idea, but the day before I went and gathered some loot and I hid it somewhere with a note saying, you know, I love you. We're gonna watch the Titanic tonight. It's gonna be the best night ever.
That's
You
adorable.
did a little
That
scavenger
is
hunt?
adorable.
Yeah, it is in
That's
game.
adorable.
It is.
So
It is very
cool.
cute. Yes, I know. But we went and did. So we did this, and everything was going fine. And then two dudes with a car showed up, and I was like, "Let's try to get that car." And I shot at them, and I missed terribly.
Oh,
They
no.
came over. They knocked us out. They tied our hands together. They put us in the car, and they drove us like they were just like interrogating us. They put us like you can't escape. You're not able to get out.
Oh no.
Yeah,
a
it's
movie.
impossible. Yeah, and
What?
he parked us. He set a broom on fire and he put it inside the car with us, and he left us there, me and my wife, for like an hour, and
Oh
we
my
just were just
God.
talking to each other. We couldn't leave, otherwise we would have got killed. And then he drove us to the top of a mountain, made us get out, and we had to fight each other in order for one of us to survive.
Oh, no way.
I just jumped off a cliff.
There we go. I was like, I would
But
have.
I wasn't gonna play their sick game, but it was like
I would have just ran at them and fought them. Like, I'm going out swinging.
there's just no other game where I feel like I'm at the mercy of some random troll.
Yeah. That's a
Oh my-
mechanic. I suppose.
Oh my God. I feel like I just heard a movie. Like, that's so
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I wish I wish I was recording it, but it kind of
Right? I was going
it
to say, I
would've
wish you were
tainted.
streaming.
But like I guarantee you that those people made a video about what they were doing.
I hope so.
Yeah, right?
And how adorable would it be because I was running around asking people like, "Hey, do you guys know where I can find this heart bear and all this stuff?" Like,
Oh,
yeah, it was cute, real cute.
Oh,
It's
that's
probably
cool.
out there somewhere.
that situation somewhat reminds me of Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know if you've played that game.
I
Oh,
have.
yeah, that's
Yes,
super good.
absolutely. Yeah.
I've only played it online. I haven't played the story. I've heard the story is fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I've only
Yeah,
played it
same
online.
actually.
Well, wait, really?
And-
Neither of you played the story?
I think I've seen like a bunch of gameplay. I watched someone play most of it on stream.
Haven't even watched it.
Wow.
I'm
played the
completely
first one a lot.
oblivious to it.
Okay.
The first one was really good.
Yeah, I beat the first one.
Nice.
First one's sad.
But yeah, the interactions in that are I think there's some crazy situations in that too, right?
Yeah, okay, so you can also hog tie people in that game, but you can eventually, like, you can mash the button to break out. Not to brag, I'm one of the fastest button mashers there are. Like, that's just how it is. Okay. For context, don't want to flex too hard here, but in Mario Party, where there's a mini game, you have to mash A and you have a teammate, and it's 2 teams of 2 on 2. I had 2 extremely hard computers on one side, and then I had no one helping me, and I beat both of them. I'm just saying. So I can mash the button really fast. Faster than like the auto press things, because we tested this. The one where you like the old controllers, you can be like, I'm gonna program this to auto press the button like 40 times by just holding it. I can mash faster than that. So
I'm so sorry, but real quick, going back to Sonic Adventure 2, the Chow Garden, I bet you were so good at pushing your little Chow.
Yes.
Because all you had to do was button mash to beat any of those games.
Yup. He won all of them.
Sorry.
No, but like, so you could mash to get out of being hogtied. Well, I was like doing some mission. I can't remember what it was. I was in like this little like cabin, and these 2 guys ran up and jumped me in the cabin, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like they grabbed me from behind and they started hogtying me, and like they're doing the in-game chat and they're laughing at me and blah blah blah, and they throw a Molotov on me and they're just watching me burn.
Oh, God.
I busted out of the ropes within like a second, and I dove on the guy. And because if you can grapple somebody, it's also a button mash check to choke them. I choked him out within 2 seconds and killed him in front of his friend while on fire.
Oh, geez.
And his friend was like, "Holy shit!" and just took off running. And I just went running after him on fire. So I just chased this guy through the woods on fire. And he's like, "Oh my god! Oh my god!" It was the best thing ever. I burnt to death and died before I got a hold of him. But like, just like I was just like thinking about it later. I was like, from his eyes, that had to look like a demon.
Yeah,
like,
just
like guy on fire, just choking his friend to death in front of him, like.
Oh my
But then,
God.
just like out of nowhere, they randomly jumped on me and tied me up, and they was like laughing and make fun of me and threw a Molotov on me, and I was like, "You die for this." Oh, I miss Red Dead Redemption 2 online. That was fun times.
What was that Tom Clancy game? I can't remember. It's like
The Division.
Division, yes. When the Division came out, I was playing that, and the interactions were kind of like the same a little bit. I remember somebody
in one spot, right?
Yeah, somebody downed me, and then he kept like saying all this stuff to me, and then he was like, sorry man that you were the chosen one to be doing this, and then he just put a gun to my head and shot me.
Oh no.
He was giving me a whole speech before he killed me.
Oh no.
He probably still
like
thinks
that.
about you. He repents every night.
Yeah. Just in his room. Just
Dear
like,
Lord, forgive me for what I did
just
today.
in his bathroom, hand on the wall in front of the mirror, just like, I can't believe I did that.
But
Maybe he heard
I
what you
love
did in
gaming.
DayZ to someone.
Oh, baby. It was a hitman.
Maybe that was the guy. Yeah, actually.
What if it was?
He tracked
found
you
my
down.
Recognized your
he found
name.
my account. He was like, okay, he bought this game. I'm gonna buy this game and find his lobby.
I've got
Oh my
to find him. DJDubC. I'll never forget the name. It's like carved into his forearm. Just every day he
Right.
looks at it.
I love game
I
interactions
like
though.
the Division. I just remember, like, I never even got to the point because you could only do like the PvP, like in like the dark zone or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I never even got to that point, but I did play it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I only played the first division. I only played it with the Dark Zone stuff because like it was on sale for like $5 or something like that. And I was like, I'll play it. Why not? I've never
Nice.
heard of this game.
Right.
And then like I got in, and because I bought like it was like a big bundle pass, whatever. Like I started out like really high level, and they gave me like the basic gear for that level to like catch up to the content. And I was like, all right, that's kind of cool. And then I just never did anything other than the Dark Zone raids, and I was like, this is fun.
Right.
I was like, this is like a battle royale. This is kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I never played the second one, but I did play the first one a good bit.
Yeah, I had a friend that was really into it. And like he was like always trying to coach me into playing. He was like, it's like DayZ but in the city. It was not. It was not.
No,
It was not.
that looks nothing like DayZ. That's the gamer trick, though, right? You always compare a game to somebody's like more preferred game to try to bait them into trying it out.
You're gonna love it. World of Warcraft is just like Animal Crossing. You're gonna love it so much.
And then it's one of those games you only play once, and it's like, okay, we never touch it again.
It's happened to me a lot.
Yeah, same here. I remember when Sea of Thieves came out on Game Pass, the very first day I downloaded it. I it actually became one of my favorite games. But
it probably it still is one of my favorite.
Yeah,
it might be my top 5.
You have a knack for finding games that have zero content off the rip. Did you play No Man's Sky?
I did not play No Man's Sky. No.
No Man's Sky off the rip was also very bad. These are all like they get stuff better. Like in 76 now, I know like it has a lot of content in it. My dad really enjoys 76 a lot. No Man's Sky, there's a ton of content in that game now. It's super neat. I've played it a bunch. And
Ronnie still plays that game a day before. He loves that game.
The day before? Oh my god.
No, the pain.
It's one of his favorite games, I think.
The pain. Man, Martine was so excited for that game.
He was.
It was so tragic. He messaged me and was like genuinely heartbroken. He's like, it's just not real. I was like, I'm sorry, man. I don't know what to do.
No,
too busy focusing on the day before. No one thought about the day after.
Yeah, the day after he gets shown.
What if they did just come out tomorrow and be like, all right, here's our new game.
The day after.
Y'all thought we were joking?
I think they'd get death threats.
Right?
Oh, no.
Like, I wonder how many people would actually get it.
Yeah.
You would.
Oh my god. I would?
Yeah, you like games that suck. I'm just kidding.
Sea of Thieves didn't suck though.
No, I love Sea of Thieves.
I like Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, me too. I'm pretty much almost Pirate Legend in that. I never reached Pirate Legend, but I'm like very close. Just because you gotta grind the certain things, like you got Merchant and then you got the other ones like Skulls and everything.
Trading, all that,
Merchant is so hard to grind.
That's the one.
I was gonna start flexing on you, but I didn't want to interrupt you though. But yeah, I'm a
Pirate
Legend. It's no big deal.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine.
Like the most fun I had in that game was like the ones where it's like, hey, take this cargo to this island. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I just drive my little car or my little boat to their island and like, here's your stuff.
Yeah. A little Flemoxicillin lore. There was a time right before I started streaming where I was gonna be like a full-time Sea of Thieves content creator. I was gonna try to do that.
Nice.
I had a channel and everything set up, and I made a few videos. But
what prevented that? If you don't mind me asking, what stopped you from doing it?
The person I played with a lot kind of lost interest, and it kind of sucked because
sucks
of that.
By yourself, yeah.
No, I mean, I still played. I still played for a long time, and there's no better experience. I love that game so much. It's so cool. But I was very confused when it came out with the riddles. Like I spent like 2 hours on a riddle.
Oh no.
And I was like trying to Google it and everything, and it was like not even possible to Google it because all the riddles are change every time you go to an island.
Yeah.
So I spent like several hours and I made like $300 for a castaway check. I was not happy.
Yeah, some of those riddles are like I remember actually because like even when I played with Martine obviously, and then like I think it was Arden and Jess. We were on an island for like I want to say an hour with all 4 of us searching for one of these riddle things, and it was the dumbest thing ever. But it was like it ended up needing to like you had to hold a lamp up to like a crab symbol or something like that. But we just couldn't find we just couldn't find the crab symbol everywhere we looked. Like we were all running around the island for so long, and I was like, I'm about to leave. I was like, this is not worth it because it's going to be like no reward.
And all the skeletons keep spawning. Yeah.
Ronnie went viral playing Sea of Thieves on TikTok.
I did, yeah.
For singing copyrighted music.
Oh, no.
So when the Megalodon first came out on Sea of Thieves, I had a
Terrifying.
yeah, I had a game clip of me, and I had like a special edition rifle, a sniper rifle, and it was like it was like a bottle that you could like look into it as a scope, and
okay.
I just posted a
It's
clip
like
of
the day one or something like that.
yeah, I just posted a clip of me getting attacked by the Megalodon, and I put Jaws music to it, and somehow it got like 2.5 million views.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I was like, I don't know why it did. I don't know how it did. It's literally a 5-second clip, no commentary or nothing. But I'll take it. Like,
That's awesome. That's
yeah, thank you. You guys, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Sea of Thieves is a fun game, but as somebody who has a big fear of deep water,
Yes.
it's a little rough at times for me.
I'm terrified of water, dude. I say it all the time. Like, I will never get into a shark cage, ever.
It's not even like, okay. So my fear of the water is not knowing what's in it. If I'm in a clear water and I can see the bottom, I'm fine. Like, but when you look down and you can't see anything, that's horrifying. And in that game, that's all that's beneath you.
Yeah.
You look down in the water and it's blackness, and I'm like,
well, have you ever been to the Red Sea in that game? That's even worse.
yes, I have.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's called what, thalassophobia or something like that. I don't know how you say it, but it's something similar to that. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a name for it.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I have a big fear of the ocean too. Just like I don't know what's in it. I always say like you could be getting attacked by a shark, and then there's a bigger shark, and then there's a tentacle that can grab you. Like, you know?
Yeah, Subnautica was not a fun time for me.
I've never played that game.
I had to.
Oh no.
I had
against your will.
Yes.
Taped to the controller.
It got redeemed in my
no.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah, I got Dono to play it. I was like, I don't want.
Do you guys remember in Sea of Thieves when you can like lock people in jail and everything, and they'd have to sit there in the cage?
Yeah, in the brig. Yeah.
So
like, only your teammates though, right?
No, so you could do it to like randoms too. So I remember I would join random lobbies just because I wanted to level up to catch up to like my cousin and stuff, because he was already like almost pirate legend. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna join random lobbies. I'm not gonna like talk or anything. I'm just gonna follow. I'm just gonna do my own thing. And I remember they put me in jail like automatically, and they had crazy amount of loot on their boat, and they were just expecting me to leave. I'm like, guys, I'm not leaving. I will sit here the whole time until you guys sell.
I see all your loot. I'll wait.
Right. I literally I sat in their game for like 2 hours, and they were getting so mad. Like, they immediately, like, they sunk their boat after they sold all their stuff. I was like, guys, I was gonna leave after this anyway. So thank you for the money. Appreciate you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My favorite thing in Sea of Thieves, that like whenever there's somebody and like this is like a little meme thing for like my group of friends, whatnot, but I would always do the forbidden jutsu, which is I would take one of the regular TNT, but preferably the big ones, like the skull TNT things.
Ones,
yeah. You take that when someone's chasing you, and you drop off the front of the boat so they don't see you drop, and then you just detonate under their boat. You're going to over top.
Oh no!
Just nuke it, because you're hitting the bottom of the boat where all the water is, and it puts like 8 holes in that thing all the way down the sides, and they have to stop or they sink.
Right?
And it's like when we get chased, because like Arden and Jess, they were newer to the game and they didn't want to fight people, and I was like, all right, I'll activate the forbidden jutsu, and I'm just like, shit, I'm just hop in the water, and I'm just like, I'm waiting for it. I'm just like, I see you.
Oh, no.
I just die, and I'm like, there's always like one guy I catch too. I'm just like in the ghost realm, and he like pops up, and I'm like, hey. Sorry about you.
What are you doing here?
It's so awkward. You have to have like little meetings after you guys.
Yeah, that's right.
It's weird.
Sea of Thieves is like one of the only games that I would have considered myself I was pretty decent at. Like, I really got into tucking. Like, I would spend most of the time playing, because once I got Pirate Legend, before they raised the cap level, like, because you can go higher now. But I was at like 50 on all 3. I would, the whole time I play, I would just spawn, and I would swim to get to a boat far, far away. No one ever expects it. And I mean, I swim for like 45 minutes in real life, and I've had massive steals.
Wow.
It's so much fun to just like hide on someone's boat and just watch them play,
Uh-huh.
and then at the last second just take everything. It's just crazy fun.
I've taken people's stuff with a dinghy before because like our boat got sank before, or at least mine did because I was playing myself, and I used the dinghy and I rowed up to somebody's ship without them realizing because they were like parked somewhere, I guess.
Right.
And I got up on their ship and was like just grabbing stuff and dropping it off the back onto the dinghy as fast as I could.
Yeah.
And I took like half their loot without them realizing. And I just kind of rowed away to another island. I was like, I know. I was like, this makes me feel like a terrible person, but I was like, free loot.
That's great.
You know how you can like kind of crouch into hide your name. You can like lay down into hide your name in the game.
That's
tucking,
tuck.
yeah,
Tucking. Yeah. So I would do that on the island, and I would wait for them. Like,
oh, I hated you.
I would wait for boats to show up, and then I'd act like I'm like part of their team, make them like hope that they would think I'm part of their team, and just start
We
selling
need to
loot.
fix the ship. Spamming that.
No,
that
I'm not even
text.
I'm not even attacking their boat. I'm just pretending like I'm part of their team. Like hopefully they don't see that I'm a different color.
They
like,
just don't recognize the name.
Yeah. So I'm selling their loot, just getting everything.
That's the long con.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the name of the emote, but tucking. Yeah, I was like,
yeah. There's the sleep emote. We'll do
sleep.
Yeah.
That was
a lot of fun.
Oh, that was such a fun game to troll with. Yeah. Especially like so like even when I would get chased, I would have like boats chasing me. My cousin would drive the boat, and as he's getting chased, I would just jump off. Like he would we would keep circling the island where you'd sell, and I would just jump off the boat one at a time.
Oh, no.
So I jump off, sell one item at a time, die real quick, spawn back on the boat, die real quick, spawn back on the boat, just have a repeat of it till we sold all our stuff.
You are the enemy in my eyes. I hated chasing people like you.
I had to do that one
I needed my money, man.
No.
Yeah. You said what, Dana?
We had to do that one time with like we were doing what was the dark missions or whatever the dark
the tall tales. Things.
The guy with the mask that we had to sell on his island that like is asked to sail around. Yeah. Like there was a boat chasing us, and like they had like a big boat, and I was like, oh no. It was just like it was like me and my buddy, we were on the small one, and he was driving, and I was like just running things off the island onto the thing while they were firing at us the whole time, and he would get hit and he'd have to run down there and patch it up and then keep driving. And so like, and they got caught wise of it after a bit, because like they were like, these guys are just going around the island, what's happening here? Because like
went to the island then.
Someone went to the island, and so like I was fighting two guys on the island while trying to run things and sell it while he was driving the boat, trying to keep the other two guys on the big boat from getting the boat and killing everyone. Killing it. It was a mess.
Oh my god, that's great.
That game's great for content. I'll say that.
It really is. I mean, you see people like Summit. I mean, he made that like his main game for like the longest time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad they added the non-combative servers, I guess you would call it, like the calm seas, I think, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did that for people, because there are people like Arden and Jess who like they don't want to play the game to fight other players. They just want to experience the game.
Right.
And since they haven't been playing since the beginning, they don't know all the tips and tricks, and like they're not like great cannon shooters or like that. But like they get to experience the game now if they want to, and not have to stress over like every little boat they see on the horizon being like, oh god, I gotta turn off the lantern so they don't see us, and all that stuff.
Having real players attack you, and then you happen to have a Megalodon, and then you got the Kraken, and then you got ghost ships.
And everything goes wrong too.
Being attacked by a Kraken and a ghost ship at the same time is probably one of the worst freaking things.
Oh my god, yes.
It's miserable. I'm just like, what do I do here?
Oh my god.
I think I actually have a clip of that somewhere where like I was on like my little dinghy because I was by myself, and my little rowboat, like I had no more wooden planks to repair it, and I was literally just in the bottom of the small boat, just shoveling water out, and I'm like, I just hope I drift to an island. I just hope I drift to an island, because like I was in a Kraken thing, and it was just beating me everywhere, and I was like, help, please.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, I literally Jack Sparrowed to an island, like as I got to the island with like the last bit of effort I could get to, I get to the island and I was like, and my boat was sank, and I was like, oh, thank God. Land.
Oh my god.
It was horrible.
Oh my god, I bet. That was the worst when you had to just shovel water just to survive. Oh my god.
I had nothing left in the tank. Everything, like, I was beaten up so bad.
Well, Dana, not to switch subjects or anything, but I do want to talk about it. So you used to, when you did start streaming, you did used to do cam. Now you got your little model and everything. What made you wanna switch to VTubing?
2 hours in, we asked the question we wanted to start with.
My bad. I'm so sorry.
No,
that's so hard.
No, it's just kind of funny.
No.
It's more just like comfortability, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, so many times when I'm like, when I was on camera doing things, I always had to be like in the back of my mind, at the very least, conscious of like, how am I sitting? How am I like holding myself while I'm playing games, stuff like that? Like, like it was also like, what am I gonna wear today? Like, how am I gonna get my hair set up and all that stuff? When I have this on, secret, I rolled out of bed. My hair still isn't even brushed. Doesn't matter because my model looks fine, right? Like, it's just comfortability. Like, I don't have to stress over anything. If I do something silly, or like if I'm sitting a certain way, like my model just makes a silly face, or like zooms out a ton, something like that, or like I don't have to worry about it, or like I'm trying to look at something on my screen and like. Whereas, like, if I was on camera, like, oh, what's on my screen? And like, my face is, like, all up in my camera. Yeah. Like, with this, it's just, like, I just get real close like this. And then my guy stops moving for a second, right?
Yeah.
But I don't have to worry about it. It's strictly comfortability. And then after that, like, I felt like I could be more like myself without having to stress over, like, what people are going to think of me. Because, like, if they don't like the little model guy, they can go somewhere else, right? That's just fine.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, and let's talk about the little model guy. So is this something of your own creation, or is this like an inspiration thing, or?
So it's my own creation, as in like the general design was something I've had for a long time.
So yeah, I've seen your other one too. I remember when you had the other one, like the 2D.
Yeah, I still have that one as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah, some days because like VTube Studio is like an actual program on Steam I have to turn on. And some games are more demanding, and VTube Studio just can't really run very well with that game, and they both kind of clash. So I have to flip off VTube Studio, and I just use the picture one, which is similar to what you're doing now.
I'm not doing anything different. This is
Oh yeah, my bad. I apologize. But
I don't blink anymore.
It's so intense.
Right.
But yeah, I had the general design, and Arden, my significant other. They are very talented artists, and they made the first one for me, the PNG, because I talked to them about like the stresses of being on camera and stuff like that. And they were like, "Well, why don't you do this?" And I was like, "Because I don't have a way of doing that." And they hand created that whole thing for me.
Oh, that's
off of like
that's very cool.
Yeah, off of my design from like a long time ago, because I made the character on Gaia Online, if you know what that is, a long time ago.
I feel like I've heard of it.
That was like my little. It was like just an online chatting thing, basically. Yeah. It was like little games you could play. You could walk around town. But I made my character on that. And that was like the basic design. And then like I made some lore for the character and stuff like that in my own time, like story wise. And like that's kind of how that like the character Danakun was born. Nice. And then Arden kind of updated it to like be like more of a detective style, right? Because like it was a little outdated the way it looked. They updated it to be the more detective style. And then they made this one because the little chibier guy is a little easier, draw than the one that they put all the effort into last time.
I get it.
Plus, they had to learn rigging, which is basically the skeletal structure of my character for this.
Okay.
So that the camera recognizes like when my mouth moves or when I blink and all that stuff, or when I turn my head certain ways. They taught themselves that to make this for me. Oh, that is not an easy thing to learn.
No, I bet. Really?
Like that takes a long ass time. There's a reason why generally when you have to like commission one of these, it costs like up in the thousands, because you have to have an artist and a rigger. So someone to take what the artist made and put it on a skeletal structure properly.
Wow.
Arden learned both.
That's insane.
Yes, Arden's insanely talented.
Yeah, very much.
but like they made this for me because I like talked about how like I wanted to get like a V2 model one day so like I could be a little more expressive rather than just have the PNG, and they went out of the way to make that for me. It was incredibly generous and like super caring, and I was like, oh my god, thank you so much.
Right.
And yeah, they have like they made this style they made was called dumplings because they have one themselves, made one for me, and they made one for our friend Jasty. Yeah, so she also has a little model that's like very similar to mine, like structurally, like round head, stuff like that, but it's like her own design from her VTuber, squished down into chibi form. And
like someone feels like you're related to them in this world.
Yeah, kind of. And that's actually kind of funny you say that because like say like I commissioned a piece of work from a known artist, and you commissioned a piece of work from that artist as well to be a VTuber, we would be considered VTuber siblings. Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And like that's like a common practice in the VTuber scene because like, I mean, obviously VTubers are going to be kind of drawn to each other because like it's
certain styles and
and like some people will target VTubers and call them gross and ugly and all that stuff, and that they're hiding their body because they're hideous and yada yada yada. And it's like, well, that's not the case at all. But
yeah, I think it's more like we said, the comfortability.
Comfortable,
factor,
yeah.
Yes, and it's like other VTubers get that, and so like they do tend to flock together like that.
Yeah, this might sound like a bizarre question, but you've been VTubing for quite a few years now, right? Like
about 2 to 3.
So have you had like me, whenever I get consumed in something, I can't help but to like dream about it. So have you had dreams where you are your VTuber? When you are your
like where I'm the character Danakun?
You are the character. You look in the mirror and you are
I've daydreamed stuff like that, but like it's more like if you've played D&D or something like that, right? Like you have like your character you create. And then you have
you're
like
so well versed in your character. I imagine it's just like part of it bleeds into your own personality.
Yes. Well, I mean, yes and no. Like the character itself, like if I would not be doing this character justice because they have a bit of a dark backstory as far as like characters go. I plan on writing it all down one day, but like I have
only
like
spoken word of mouth. It's a
yes.
past.
But it's like it's very like I definitely have like daydreamed like out like full scenarios with the character. Like if I had the artistic talent, I could probably make like at least a one season long anime of the character if I wanted to. If I had that kind of talent to draw, I have thought that much about like various situations and stuff like that, and scenarios. So like I have done that, and since I haven't ever like been myself, like me personally, been like, this is me. Like I'm blue hair guy, all that stuff. I have wanted to dye my hair blue, but like it's just not like the same.
You'd be tempted to go back to your camera if you dyed your hair blue.
Yeah. But like it's just one of those things. I get what you're saying. I'm trying to how to explain it. I guess in essence, yes, I am like one and the same with the character, because at the end of the day, like I decide what this character does.
Yeah.
So like it's very much like what you would do with your own body. Like I'm not gonna throw myself off a cliff because that's dangerous to my body. I am a lot more liberal with my character.
That's good.
Yeah. So like and like you can like do fun things. Like I can do this. Hi.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
That's so cool.
I'm Luigi now. Like I can be a chef. Like there's a lot of different things you can do with the model other than just what the model is.
Yeah.
So I can always
so
tweak
cool.
and mess with it and have fun. Like I think I did a subathon, like the last sub that I did, like if anyone who donated, they could just add an item to my character. Anything they want. They could just slap it on my character, and I had to wear that the rest of the time I was streaming.
I made you sit in a chair. I remember a gamer chair.
Yeah, you gave me the gamer chair that was behind me.
it was a pink gamer chair.
Yeah. It's a fun time because you can do there's a lot of like just free assets out there that like generous people put on the for people to like download and be like, hey, you can use this, and you can put it.
You can still do cosplay streams if you wanted.
Yeah, exactly. If I wanted to cosplay, I could cosplay.
Exactly.
I definitely feel like the whole Twitch landscape is all moving more and more to the direction of like VTuber and stuff like that.
VTuber or bikinis.
Yeah, one of the other.
That's I had to pick one. I don't think I pulled a bikini well.
Oh god, we would love to see you in a hot tub stream.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Or
god,
you
there
could
you
just
go.
have your
Dude, your VTuber
VTuber
in a
do
hot
it,
tub.
Oh, I gotta find a hot tub I can download.
Oh my god, that would be great. Are you doing any subathon soon? I know that you do one in December. It's not a subathon, but you do like a marathon where you
30
stream every
days
day
straight.
in
Yeah,
December.
I'm surprised you guys remember that. I mean,
I
I am
remember.
glad that is such a thing where like if people know me in the communities, they're like, oh, Danakun December, waiting for it. Like that's
I am waiting
awesome
for
that
it.
like I have that like thing that
Mhm.
people like know me for as far as that goes.
Uh-huh.
So that's cool. I want to do it this year. I don't know if I'll be able to because just like it's hard to work
Life.
and do that at the
Yeah.
same time. It
I
always
get
puts
it.
me behind because it's also like the most expensive season of the year, right?
Yeah.
It's Christmas. But because everyone does love it so much, I will probably try to do it again. Even if it like I destroy myself doing it, I'm gonna at least try. But as far as that goes, I'm not a big fan of doing subathons because I feel like I'm begging for money.
Yeah, I'm the same way, to be honest. I did it one time and I haven't done it since. So
And I know like every time I mention it like that, everyone's like, "It's not begging for money, you idiot," and I'm like, "Oh, I can't help it." It's just
Right.
like, it's
You'd probably rather
Yeah.
you'd probably rather beg for an air fryer.
yeah.
Right.
Air fryers. I need an air fryer, in all honesty.
Yeah, I know. I saw your list there. I think so. Do you only cook with a microwave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Yep.
wrong with that.
I like that answer.
That's all I got, man.
Nothing wrong with that.
I live in a basement, and I have my microwave over there sitting on top of my mini fridge, and
Yeah.
that's what I got.
Right. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but he has like I actually never seen it until your stream. You have a it's called Throne. Is that what it's called?
That's very recent. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a neat concept though.
Mhm.
Like instead of donating cash money,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
dollar bills.
Mhm.
I think that's a cool thing.
It's
You have
kind of
a wish list.
yeah, it's like an Amazon wish list, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much that. Yeah, it
Yeah.
allows people to send me a gift without me doxing myself.
Yeah.
So, like, someone who's relatively new to my community recently, their name's Herv.
Mhm.
I
But
saw that they did something.
yes, they sent me a gift through Throne, and it was like something that wasn't even on my list, and I was like, oh, that's very kind of them.
Yeah, I was wondering what the heck it was.
I got it, and
You don't have
it
to
was
say. It's fine.
oh no, it was like a vacuum sealed brick. And I was like, I'm looking at this
Okay.
thing, and I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
what am I holding in my hand right now? What is this? And hang on, I actually think I want to. Let me see if I can find it because I have a picture of it. I'll show it to you guys because I was like, what the
Okay.
hell am I holding right now? Wait, let me see if I can find it on my computer.
So the brick never expires.
No, I guess, but like, it was one of those things where I was just like, what am I holding? Because like they sent it to me as a gift, and I was like, okay, this person does not know me super well. Like we like I don't.
They saw you and thought brick. He likes bricks.
I was just like, what am I? What is this? Right? Okay, here we go. I found the picture. I'll post it in the, I guess, just the chat for this channel here.
Okay.
Yeah, like the text chat right here. Open chat. Paste. This is what they sent me, and this is why I opened up like the Amazon style bag, and I pulled this out, and I'm like, what is this?
Oh,
Right? And I was like, what the hell am I holding? So like I opened it up and I started messing with it, and I was like, oh my god, it's this. I'll let you guys take a quick guess on what you think it is before I post this.
my first thought was cheese, but it's not cheese.
You think it's cheese? Okay.
Well, it's not. It must be. It looks like clay, maybe.
Ronnie, what do you think it is?
Some type of food. Like,
It's like modeling clay,
yeah,
or that,
yeah,
or maybe it's.
um,
But it's vacuum sealed, so maybe it's like it's a
yeah,
plushie.
vacuum.
Oh, I just guessed it right as it came.
It was a goose.
Oh my god.
Oh,
And
that's.
I was like, what? And it's because during the subathon I had to tell an embarrassing story, and I told a story about how a goose bit me in my nether regions when I was a young lad. And so they
Missed
sent
opportunity for that
the
photo there.
goose, and I was like, "Oh my god, you troll of a person!" And I
They spent
think
like
that,
$30, didn't they?
I think it was like that. Yeah, I was like,
34. Yeah, I think. I
yeah,
read it.
it was very sweet. It's over there on my bed. I have a series of plushes on my bed. But like it's right there with the boys. I have it right there with everyone else. It's a thoughtful gift, surprisingly, but it was a thoughtful gift to be a troll. If that makes sense.
Ronnie, in post, make sure you put those on the screen.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Just
Share with the class. My bad.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I'm sharing it. I shared it.
But yeah. So like throwing gives people that opportunity to do that, other than just like throwing money at me, and that's. I feel like
love that though.
Yeah, I feel like it's better for people like if they do want their money to go to a specific thing rather than just be like, I'm going to give them money and then like they're going to use it on whatever and waste it.
Yeah, you'll just go get McDonald's fries in the middle of the night.
Yeah, exactly. Right, I'm addicted to it. But like, yeah, like sometimes I'll be like, hey, donations are preferred because like I'm behind on rent or something like that. This is like an emergency thing that like blah blah blah. And if someone's nice enough to or generous enough to do that, like I'm always super appreciative. And like I've had people donate ridiculous amounts, like $100 or something like that. I'm just like, it's like it doesn't sound like a lot of money, but when someone like that's a lot of money, and it's like when yeah,
right.
When a random person just hands you $100, it's like it hits you, and then you're just like, wow, like that's like that was your like you worked to get that money. This was yours. You put forth the effort, and then you just handed it to me. And it's truly like awe-inspiring, I guess would be like a good word for it. It's humbling. Like it's just like
definitely
it hits you, and you're just like, whoa. And like I've had times where I've teared up on stream. Luckily, they can't see it because my model. But
oh, what the heck? We're missing out on some exclusive tears.
Yeah, hang on, I got you. There you go.
There you go.
I was wondering if it was there.
That's so cool.
But
is that dead? What was that one?
That's shock.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, like
crap! I stopped moving my mouth. Dang
it. His jaw broke. But yeah, like the throne thing just gives people another dimension of what they can like kind of like do with their money if they want to or not. And like I can make a wish list basically and be like, hey, this is what I want, right? But like I was looking through the stuff and I was like, I don't know what to put on here. Like I would have never thought to put stuffed vacuum sealed goose on my list.
Definitely not. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that random gift like that was very touching, and I was like, oh, it's sweet. Yeah. Like it's funny, but like it was also sweet of them to even like take the time to do that, right?
Right.
So yeah, throne is a newer thing I think that people have been using.
So cool. So cool. Well, Dana, we are reaching around the 2-hour mark. Is there anything else that you want to tell everybody? Like anything you got coming up or anything? Or
me personally, no. But like, I mean, I think the good viewers should definitely give YouTube channel a follow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I know Flem. I know you haven't streamed in a hot minute as far as like as actively. Did catch your last stream. I didn't say anything. I was looking.
Oh no, dude.
But like your whole style is just phenomenal. Like
right.
Yeah, like you have just like such a way with how you do things on your stream and stuff like that. And oh my gosh, I remember the first time I came across your stream. I believe Ronnie rated you. Your music video. Holy, that thing is art. That is amazing. And like,
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And like you have like such a way of with your words and how you do things while also keeping it like kid friendly. Like that's why I apologize for my language earlier. I know you tend to keep your language.
No, please.
On the nicer side.
No, I don't. It's fine. I promise.
At least on stream. Like you were always like you kept it like very, very, very friendly. And I always thought that was awesome. And then like Ronnie over there, probably one of the hardest working streamers I know.
Oh man,
like,
thank you.
Legitimately, like every time I pop into your streams, I know I don't talk a lot because like I don't know, like I don't say a lot in a lot of streams. I
don't either.
For sure.
I'm very like background watching kind of guy. But like I'm in your streams all the time, and you've always got something new going on. Like you've got like a new transition, or like you're doing a new thing with your games and stuff like that, or you're making content on TikTok and all that. Like you're always doing.
He's a hard worker. He's always on that grind mindset.
Completely underrated IMO. Like you are a hard working lad.
I really appreciate that, Dana. I know what that means. Dana, that means a lot, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, I love watching your streams too, because you keep a variety. You're very entertaining. You're always fun to watch. I'm always lurking in your streams as well, man.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I try to lurk when I see it for sure. Every time.
Hey, the whole reason I stream, I'm not doing it to get famous or like that. I'm there to give someone like an escape from what they might be going through.
Absolutely.
That's the whole reason I stream. I want people to be able to come to my place, and if they don't want to say a word, they don't have to. Like, just watch, and if it helps you throughout your day, if you're having a crappy day or something like that, if it helps you even a little bit, then I've done my job. Like, that's all I want.
That's a great way to put it too, man. That for sure. Well, Dana, we really appreciate you being here, man. We really hope you'll come on again sometime soon.
It was fun. I had a great time. I look forward to the next invite.
We're really happy you've been here, man. I was looking forward to this episode. Give everybody your socials where they can find you and watch you and everything.
Twitch.tv/Danakun. Just straight up. I have a Twitter I rarely use unless I'm like posting like a random like, hey, I did this today on a video game. That is Danakun LOL on Twitter. I had Danakun a long time ago, and I forgot the password. They just won't give it back to me.
Barcelona has it now.
Yeah. So then I made Danakun LOL for the League of Legends thing, because I was doing League of Legends stuff, and I was like, hey, there we go. But yeah, that's about all I like. Oh, I have a YouTube as well, but like I don't post a lot of videos on there anymore.
You got some good you got good videos on there though.
I'll do it again. I have like spurts of where I'm just like, all right, content grind time, and I'm just like, I'm tired.
Yeah, I totally get it. Well, Dana, we appreciate you being here again, man. Guys, this has been episode 9. This is the Lack Thereof podcast. DJDubC, Flemoxicillin, and Danakun. We will see you guys next time for episode 10.